Alright. What's all yours? You gotta get the you gotta get the rust
It's
off. You
been a
gotta get
minute.
the rust off.
It's been a minute.
You gotta get the rust
But
off
how's
first.
everybody doing? Good evening. This is your boy Stratos Stars, or Frozen, any way you want to look at it. One of the co-hosts of today. Right next to my other colleague over here, we got D Dot himself, the man, the myth, the legend,
How you going,
the one
folks?
who slamp who slaps things that who does things that you don't see coming, you know. But like I didn't see that market coming my way. But either ways,
don't
welcome to
see
another
coming.
installment of Infinite Drivers, where we all here on this lovely December 28th on a Sunday.
Yep. December 28th on a Sunday. It is indeed the ending of it's end of the year, folks. End of the year. It's the final show of the year. Um, we apologize. We a little late, but it's okay. They're still gonna get it. Got the show. We got some things in store for today in this show. Being the fact it is gonna be end of the year. Real quick disclaimer. Next show, we'll be adding something new to the next show. It'll be a new year. We're adding something new. So y'all be aware for that. We're gonna try to get y'all a little more involved. And if y'all, whenever y'all want to come in and talk with us while we streaming, while we're live, you definitely can. And still, I can leave the comments and stuff like that. Um, that'll be very helpful. Today's show is actually special because not only is the final show of the year, but also it's the first. It is indeed my event. It is also the Forza Horizon Unleashed Fest that I was going to host yesterday, but your boy tired. So if y'all want to jump in live with me, I'm actually gonna put the post out now, so I gotta have people during when I'm playing. I can put the post. I'm gonna put the post up now about it, and try to have everybody jump in, and y'all can play me live and grab your cards. It's gonna be so. And on top of that, it's gonna be part of the show today. Is that was the plan originally anyway, but I was gonna put it a day before as well. But this would have been day two, but doing it now. No, I'm a little probably late, but it's okay. It's been kind of a interesting day, but we have some stuff for y'all today's show, and did I miss anything to start off real quick? Cause we got quite a bit of stuff. Um, oh, and we might have another thing. We might have a guest with us today, so we might have a special guest for us. Um, hopefully they come, like they come in, and yeah, it's gonna be. Well, I hope you had a very good holiday. Yeah, spend time with your families, and Christmas is just this past couple of days, or like a couple of days ago. So I hope y'all got the things I wanted or not. But if not, that's okay. You're still with your families and all that. Take care of you and take care of at the end of the day, because that's what really matters. Is family. So hopefully that that able to do that stuff like that. But let's get into meat potatoes. Let me put out this. Oh, you know, I was tweaking. I was tweaking. But yeah, all
Sounds
right,
good.
folks, let's get into it. I mean, what you got on the agenda, stars? Let's see.
The meat and potatoes of things. Let me just jump into something I was supposed to mention last week from our last conversation was basically, which my fault. I'm sorry. I remembered it like once the show was over. basically was a leakage situation that's going on to PS5s. If you own a PlayStation 5, there's a serious situation that's going on there as it is. Basically, long story short, technician discovered a situation evolving around the PS5s that evolves around the PS5s having these type of leakage where the coolant itself is the actual issue. And it's not just one PS5 or you assume it's just one model. It happens to be all the models between the standard PS5, which is the original PS5, with and without the disc, the Slim, and also the Pro. All these come across these very same problems. Um, this was basically discovered that day due to because again that technician ended up opening it up and he realized he's seeing a problem that happens to be there. So, just
I'm
also
starting
one
to
of the
think
things
my console might
that he
be
also
hit.
sat there and said, out of the PS5s, which will help spread more time to your PS5, that will give you more time. I mean to say, is to make sure your PS5 is laid down and not standing up. At that,
Oh
pretty much. I
shoot!
mean, I naturally do it that way as it is because
So
I've
I'm gonna
been
have to
doing that
lay
for
down my
years.
PS5.
Yes.
Shit. All right. I haven't kind of upright only because how my setup is, and it's kind of like it is standing up technically right now, but if that's gonna prevent it from fucking exploding or something,
Yes, so you have basically
I'm doing that right
PS5s now
now.
are basically taking time bombs right
I'm
now.
doing that right now. Hell no. I don't want this thing exploding on my freaking setup. No. I don't want that happening. Spent too much damn money on this setup.
No, 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 no. I understand it.
Hell no. I
um,
find out my shit exploded, and I'm gonna tell you. First of all,
of
why
course. I mean,
Sony? Like,
it's
why
money at
is that
the end
even
of
a
the day.
thing? That's first and foremost. I don't know why is that even a thing. Meaning the fact that Sony is the one
The reason
over
why it's happening to
here.
be a thing is because of the fact that during the PS5 shortages, this is the way for Sony to basically cut corners on the
I laid my
PS5s.
drink down immediately just now. I'm doing it right now. Hell no, I'm not. I didn't even. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Fuck out of here. No, I am not
Yeah.
having my shit
So,
getting
and this is
like blow
during
up.
the pandemic situation. So this is why that is happens to be a thing itself.
It's
If it
freaking
wasn't for
stupid.
that, that's the reason why we had those shortages and why the PS5 didn't really get its well feet up or leg up in this case until
Lay my drink
2023.
down real quick. I'm not like no. I laid it down.
You're not gonna treat me like this is Call of Duty. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry for that part.
I
He was
laid it
not gonna
down.
treat this like it was
I
Call of
laid that
Duty.
drink liquor down. I'm not having my shit explode. I'm good.
No, 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 no. Like I said, that's something that's
I did
it's
that
a
with no
serious
hesitation.
situation,
Cause
problem.
dude,
Yeah, of course.
hey, I don't think you told me that part off
No, I
camera.
didn't.
I don't think you told me that part off
I said there
camera.
was
Hold
more to
up.
come. I did say there was more to
You
come.
did say that. You kind of did warn me a little bit. Yeah. I didn't know it was that bad. Oh, shit. Hell no. I ain't letting
Yeah,
that shit explode. I'm going to be furious. There we go. I laid it down flat on the side. It should be good
yeah.
now. Because, geez Louise, brother. Like, why? Like, the fact that I had to do that with my own console. I mean, I would have did that anyway, but the
I
fact that
mean,
I'm, like, really forced to have to do it, because if I don't, it's going to explode. Hell no.
and
I
it
ain't
costs you a
good,
pretty
brother.
penny,
Yeah, I spent like $600
like
something on
for
this
that.
console.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, honestly speaking, I more than understand. It makes perfect sense. I mean, like I said, I spent a few $100s on mines. So yeah, I get it.
yeah, I ain't trying to let
And
my
like I
shit
said, the
explode. Hell no. What the hell? What type of time Sony is on right now? Drop my mic.
why did it make it seem like it was over
What
there?
time Sony was on right now? Have you ever heard about to self detonate our consoles? Like, what's going on?
And this is and Sony is definitely aware of the situation at that right now.
And
So,
yeah,
from my
variables
understanding,
too.
with
So they
that,
know about this. They know
yeah,
that this is a
they
problem.
yes, they understand it's a problem and they trying to get ahead of it as much as they can. They even talking about extended warranties at this point. Um, yeah, so that was the situation for that. That's my bad. I was supposed to mention it as it is, but there was so much going on at once.
No, there was a lot
It
of things going
basically
on at
slept my
once.
mind on that.
There was a lot going
That's the
on
reason
at
I'm
once.
making sure I'm letting it be known now, no sooner, no later at that.
Mm, there was a lot going on. But yo,
Oh yeah.
PS Pop exploding though. PS Pop anything about to explode. Where we do this at, man? I did that real quick. I'm not having my PS5 explode.
Like I said, for me, the day I got mine, it's been laying down since. I'm
Yeah,
not
I
even
had to
gonna
stand
hold you.
up only
Mine's is
because how my setup was, and I was like, you know what? If that's gonna withstand its lifespan, then so be it. Cause
yeah, it's supposed to like I said before, extend the lifespan of the console itself for whoever knows how long. But it is there, and again, it's supposed to leak through the whole console itself, and it's supposed to completely damage it. And again, this is something that Sony is definitely aware of, and they're trying to get ahead of this as much as possible.
I hope so. Cause dude, that is not it's not something that needs to be. First, I don't think that shouldn't be in a thing. First of all,
No, it honestly speaking, you're right. It shouldn't be a thing itself, and unfortunately, the case of the matter here is that it is a thing, and I understand from a very small point of it. Like if I'm a business person, I will understand in the sense of okay, I'm trying to get my product out there as fast as as fast as humanly possible. But now the problem I have
to
now
the
is
point it
that
has to be result to this
limitations
though.
is making it harder for me to actually get it out there. So now I gotta find ways to cut corners to make sure to get it out there as soon as possible. The problem is they kept doing it. I will say that's my other issue with them is that they kept on going on with it, despite the fact they already have their consoles out.
Yeah, like that console's been out.
And what makes it worse for me, the way I look at it, more so than the lines of, like I said, it's not like it's just one model of PS5s that happen to be out. It's basically all models of PS5s that happen to be out from the
That's the part
original
that's freaking
with
scary.
and
'Cause
without the actual disc itself, the slim, and that means the pro model as well.
see, that's the part that's terrifying. Because if that's the case, then dude, you out here about to blow up freaking people's consoles they spend money on.
But that's just that.
Still don't know. That being a thing is
You
insane to
know.
me.
No, 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 no. I get it. I get it. Like I said, I just
I don't think you ain't about to do something silly like that.
this is like I said. Right now, this is just a clear warning to those who didn't know and they had no
Rental
idea
car.
of the severity of the situation. Now they have an idea of it now. So this is there. This form of information is there basically to help everyone and everyone out that happens to own said product. This is, you could say, the second coming of the red, ring of death, I guess you could say. Yeah, this is the PlayStation edition. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, there's that. Another situation. I don't know if this is really much of a situation itself. After X amount of years for these certain members, FaZe Clan, it seems like it's actually not all. Just in case if you're wondering, it's not all of Clan itself. If you know who they are, trick shots back into Modern Warfare 2 days itself. Um, Basically, long story short, a few of them happen to be disbanding, or should I say, leaving itself. Some of them, they was in drones. I mean, there's members I still watch, and one of those members I personally still watch before I decided to um exercise their right to removing a few members after just getting them inside the corporation, because that's what FaZe is really a corporation at this point. Um like for example, as a member that I personally still watch, it'd be like FaZe Jev. I would still watch him on the daily whenever he put something up. Scope will be another one I definitely will watch. Every now and then I may watch FaZe Swag and also Nick Merckx from there on. Even though Nick Merckx is part of FaZe, but he just doesn't have the word FaZe in front of it. But is someone I still will watch. And again, these are just certain off the cuff, off the head, uh, people right now. Uh oh. Oh, if I had a clear, I'll probably meet him in the crossroads. Yeah, here comes the crossroads. I don't have a grenade. I thought I did. And I remember I chucked it somewhere else. But so that's the situation involved around them. Some of them it's been like 13, 14 years, some a little less, but they're all leaving and parting ways from FaZe Clan itself and moving on to new, brighter adventures. As to whether or not they will come back, that's pretty much up to them. But that's basically the sitch. Broke his shields. What? Okay. Uh-huh. Take your time. I'm all mad that man just did me in right now, actually. Tumbleweeds. Either way.
Sorry, Paul. I had to close the door because something was going down. Um,
No, 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 no. Like I said, it's all good here. Let's see what else. So
Then it's definitely going down.
let's see what else on the
You don't hear that
list.
in the background, do you?
Honestly, I myself personally do not.
Okay, good.
I mean, believe me, you would know if I
Yeah.
heard you.
Okay. All
You
right.
know.
Hold up. Hold up. Sorry, folks. Hold up.
Oh, we out here lying. We out here lying. See, this is why I say hit detection matters. Bloom matters. I miss days when games did not have these type of issues. Because again, if you have one, you can't have both. Having both is a death sentence in a video game. Was that a launcher that just flew over my head? Hello? Oh, hello. That's two. Just in case. Oh, well, let's do more than just in case. Let's just drop this. I can't. I wish I could see you. I do not have my. Why don't I have it yet? Okay. Okay. You got it. Not saying you don't. My least favorite section of this map. Okay. Okay. You know what? I'd rather not spawn on my teammates. That's way too many deaths that I should not be getting right now. Give me an option that I don't spawn on my teammates because I'm not doing it. See? If I could spawn in on my teammates and keep dying off of nonsense I have no control of, then we have a problem. See? No control. No control. Why we don't have that option, I don't know. But Battlefield, yeah, I rank you in I rank 2042 better than you on things that should not be a problem. Like the ability to spawn whenever you want to should be an option. Spawning on your teammate should never just be the only option. Uh, where's my other thing? Like I said
Sorry.
2042.
Sorry, folks. I had to step away for a second and see what the hell's going on. Um, show must go
Um,
on, right? Show must go on. I don't.
something's going left. To sound like.
It did.
Oof.
It definitely did. But there's something went left. I heard it. I'm upstairs. Um, yeah. Um,
Wait.
sorry. Let me just show what's going on. Mine, this, all this literally just heard. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, folks. I had to you and Mike step away for a quick little second. I had to hear what the hell was going on because it was something happening here. Just to say, I'm, I guess I'll find out later. Um,
Oh, dang. Who
I'm
got
gonna,
him? Oh,
I'm gonna find out later.
come
But
on.
anyway, um, sorry, folks. I'm just baffled. Anyway, um,
Dang it.
it's happening again. But
Now he's alerted.
yeah, we were talking about. Sorry, folks. I'm so sorry. Yeah, something happened off camera, and so I left this stuff away. My mic could close my door because it was not sounding too pretty. If I was making sure you didn't hear that, did not sound too pretty at all. Um,
There we go.
here we go again. All
Back
right,
in
folks.
medulla oblongata.
Um, yeah, I had something in my mind just now. I was gonna say about what's been going on. Oh, okay. So I was kind of I wanted to give my little review on Stranger Things. Um,
Oh,
I have sorry stars.
I,
I'm just gonna say I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm just gonna say how I feel about it so far. Cause the final episode will be on Wednesday. Um, this I'm gonna say this, folks. If you haven't watched it already, and you haven't, I pretty much know a lot of people probably did. If you haven't, go watch it. It's just this is it after this point. Now I heard this, stars. Let me tell you this. You know what I heard? I actually just got
what's
word
that?
on so the was it Duffer Brothers, the directors of the show, the creative directors, I think. Is it Duffer Brothers? Yeah. No, so they said after this, there's gonna be a spinoff that they're gonna do. So the main show is gonna be over. I clearly after this, but I'm thinking they're gonna do some more within the universe. So they're gonna keep expanding, I guess, with spinoff, which is cool, because this is a big world. There's a lot of stuff that you know, so there's a lot of things out there. That have a lot more characters that can, flesh some things out and continue
Yeah.
this world that they built with Stranger Things. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, so get this too. I know people heard there's an anime series coming out too that's been lurking in the background. A Stranger Things animated series, which they said that's going to take place between season 2 and 3. So, which is cool. So we got some stuff in the pipeline. I was looking, my feed was going crazy on Instagram, which is a bunch of Stranger Things stuff. Like literally yesterday, there was a bunch of Stranger Things like nonstop. I was like, okay, you freaking Instagram over here algorithm put I see you like Stranger Things. Let's just throw Stranger Things stuff at you, and just all the time, just straight Stranger Things. So I seen that they was gonna do a spinoff after the show, after this one, and that there's an anime series coming out for Stranger Things. So we're gonna get some more Stranger Things picks, but to get for what my rating is for Stranger Things, it's pretty up there. This was one of my anticipated thing for a hot minute. Ever since like after season 4, I was anticipating this season for quite some time, and it definitely worked. It. This will I would say this like you better get like some tissue and stuff like that because this season pulls out your heartstrings. It does. Um, and it's time loose ends from the previous seasons, especially the first one. Um, and the villain man, he doing his job, man. But it's a great season. I like it so far. The season finale, the series finale, I should say, is literally Wednesday. I can't believe how quick that came. Um, it's literally
Same.
Wednesday. that was the most fastest thing I've ever seen. Like we just I feel like season 5 just came out now. We're at the series finale
It
now.
definitely did. That was Thanksgiving when it
Right,
dropped.
right. Like that. You saw how quick that was. We got the series finale like literally this week. So that was the most fastest thing I've ever seen. I don't know what the first of all. Let me kind of I'm doing a little tangent here, folks. I'm doing a little tangent. This year in general, we've been flying. I don't know what's going on. This whole year kind of
I
flew.
mean, it's the praise from those who want this year to be over.
I guess
Like the
so.
year
Must be a
wasn't
lot
so
of
kind
people.
to them, and they feel like this year need to be over and to get a fresh start, and basically, start
This year
anew.
just flew. Like yeah, New Year, new restart. That's like a refresh.
New year, new them,
You
new
know, I know.
everything.
I made a joke years ago, right? I was like, you know what happens to us when New Year starts, right? It's a video game joke. You know when I said starts, I was saying every time the New Year hits, right? We get a graphic update. we get
Oh,
we get
speaking of that,
we get a
I'm
life
glad you
graphic
mentioned
update.
that.
That
I'm
the
glad you
world,
mentioned that. You
the
just
the up
remind. I'm glad you
the
said
graphics
that.
of the
I
world get
actually
updated.
forgot about this other thing I wanted to talk about.
Oh, from my graphics,
Hmm.
from my
Well, a
graphics.
little more than that. It's a
Oh,
little bit more than that.
that was my little joke
So
I killed with like a couple of years ago. I was like, yeah, life just gets an update. It gets a graphic, a patch graphic update.
no, it definitely did. I will not sit there
You
and
know,
say it didn't.
everything go shiny, new, all that stuff. As soon as New Year hits, I'm like, we got the new graphics got put in our life right now. You get a whole graphic update. That's what happens.
Well,
But which
it's most on the lines of this is also in gaming news as well too.
hit me with it.
Uh, huh?
Hit me with it. I don't think
Oh
people
yeah.
see more stuff than me at times. I'm probably missing
So
on the transfer like a lot of stuff, but
it goes back to what I sat there and said a few weeks back on on the show about. Remember, I
mm,
was saying that it looks like the Xbox may get an increase in price for the third time. It
right.
goes back to that.
Oh
So
boy.
the situation goes is that aside from Xbox itself, let me bring it up real quick. Give me one moment. It was basically a situation is it's a PC part basically. And
Mm,
it's not just PC itself. I'm trying to find it here, but what it is that the reason why the Xbox may shoot up itself and all these other, like PC and everything else may shoot up is because it's a shortage that's going on as of right now. And because
so
of that shortage is a huge reason and contribution to why that may end up happening. Now,
you're talking about
supposedly,
so
my,
now. Sorry to
mhm.
cut you off though. So let me get this straight. So now, not only PlayStation about to freaking blow up their damn consoles, but Xbox have a shortage as well. What's going on
No,
with these two?
well, it's not even just that it's just Xbox itself because this part's also not just affect Xbox, it affects everything. So it affects not just Xbox, but it also affects PlayStation as well as PC users. So it goes all across the board.
Is it the chip that they're using within the consoles? Cause they have a custom
Uh
chip though.
it's basically for that. That's what I'm looking for right now. It's basically that for it. So this is where the problem is lying because everybody's
Mm,
buying it all up at once, which in
right.
turn, again, bringing out a shortage and also being a problem as of right now. So, like, even as of right now, for
They have
those
access to those
who,
chips.
hmm?
They have access to those chips. Like you can actually
Y-
buy those custom chips.
Well, remember when the Xbox and PlayStation back in during the pandemic, everyone them there was a part that both of them actually needed and it was a big
Right.
shortage for the Series X down to the both PlayStations themselves. Think of it like this, but instead of just this for just the consoles, this is more than just the consoles itself.
Mm. Mm-mm.
So it's a whirlwind attack in this particular situation. So that's what I'm looking for as of right now. So I give me a moment because I have like it's laid all the way downward.
Hmm. Another shortage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Another another shortage. This is not good. Like this generation of consoles, it's been downhill so bad.
I mean, it's back to what I said before. The PS5 did not really get its footing until 2003. My fault, 23. I'm sorry, until 2023. At that pretty much. So that's the other issue between the PS5 and even really the Xbox, because during the whole time the pandemic began, it basically ruined, not even just ruined, it stumped a lot of the growth for both consoles themselves. So that many games were out at the time, out of the games, from games itself, just everything else. So I this is why even now there's talks about PS6, which I'm gonna segue it back over until I find this. There's conversations right now where console players, or my fault, PlayStation players are right now, which I salute them for this because I said this makes more sense. I feel like let's call it for what it is. Um, PlayStation players are now rooting for the PS6 to not drop supposedly for 2028 to 2030. They'd rather it be longer because they, again, going back to the PS5 just got here. They are
Right.
now
Yeah,
somewhat
it's
getting
not. It's
games.
not even. Yeah, the PS5 was only 5 years old, so yeah, that is true. It hasn't been here because I think the previous console lasted for a while
Oh
up
no, it's still
until
lasting. Which this is
the
another segue. Next year, for those wondering, they are going to stop putting down support for the PS4 console of
did
next
hear
year.
that. I did hear that. Yep, I did
So
hear about that.
it had a
I was like,
nice
wow,
flourishing run for what it is,
they started support.
from
Yeah, I heard
the
about
jet
that.
engine sounds that you may
Chasing.
hear from certain PS5s trying to boot up the next gen console games, like let's just say, oh, Cyberpunk, from Cyberpunk to
But Cyberpunk was a whole different beast though, because
I
we all
mean,
know
just
how Cyberpunk was.
see,
Like,
let's go something more recent. Marvel Rivals.
yeah, it freaking does that. Marvel Rivals not is that fully gen like next gen though?
That
Marvel Rivals?
they the thing is the engine that they use
It's
that
Unreal Engine
basically,
5, isn't it?
yeah. And the
Yeah, I
thing
should
is,
have known.
it's not something the console it's really meant for. I mean, again, remember, this is a console that's been out for what, 2013, 2014,
2013, yeah.
so, and this
Came out
console's
around
been
the
out
same
since
year the
then. So we
Xbox One
got
came out.
10 plus years with
Right,
this console.
right.
So
Yeah, right. It's
it's
been
more
10
than
years,
showing
10
its
plus
life,
years now.
you know.
And well, actually, both of them,
That's
matter of fact, the PS4 and the Xbox One. So yeah, they're
but
both
the
like 10
Xbox
plus
One,
years
they
old now.
really, Microsoft look like they've been really stopped supporting them a lot, like the Xbox
They
One a
they
long
they
time
kind
ago.
of, but at the same time, it's not. They it depends on the developer, I guess, because there is some game that's still kind of like you could still get two copies of it. There's a few, but not like yeah. Most the bigger titles, yeah, they kind of like moved on and went to the series, which is kind of understandable because it's a lot more thing. But think about it, this too the more storage we can eat up our things. But yeah,
Which I have said and
I
mentioned before
digress.
during the previous showing that we had,
Yeah, I mean
how I
I
feel about
digress.
the storage situation.
Yeah, I think we both was
But
talking about the
again,
storage situation, which is
I
freaking
I said this
ridiculous.
before and I'll say this again. In spite the fact we're going into a digital age, my issue is and I said this even during the previous one. I think we need to have games that have fully, when it comes to disc, they need to have the whole data up the game itself. Because if the console ever goes down or anything goes down, better yet, doesn't matter what it
Mm,
is, you want to know that you can still be able to play whatever you have purchased.
right. It's DRM free, I think, because that was the
Yeah,
issue I remember back then. Because and
and
this is
still is.
my gripe. Yeah, I found wait. I heard that's still kind of an issue now. Still, that which I was like really adamant about with
Xbox.
Xbox. Yep, that because once that thing goes down, you can't access your stuff that you purchase yourself. Like you can't, like your internet can go down or the server go down. You can't play them at all. Like it prevents you. It was like that's which I thought they had fixed that problem. When they like they remove that part that they made the DRM free, because like that's what I thought. Because I did hear briefly like after that situation happened, because a lot of people were saying that online. It was like years ago. A lot of people were saying that online that there was like, they can't access their games because like so especially you purchase, you want to play your game. If something go down, you still want to play. You purchased it. Yeah, even though they say it's a middle, it's a gray line when it comes to this digital stuff because apparently we don't technically we just bought the license, which is just like wow,
Stuff.
yeah, yeah, we know about you stuff.
Oh yeah, I gotta throw them in there. They
We
know
bought
why.
the license apparently, so like we own it but don't own it. Like it's a middle ground when it comes to this digital stuff.
Oh no,
But
there's no
like,
middle ground. It's a line in the sand. And basically, they told us what it was. At the end of the day, you don't own this. There's
we
no middle
own the
ground.
license though, which is like very strange.
We don't even own the license. We have the ability to
Oh yeah,
play said game,
apparently
but we
yeah
don't
they could take the
own
license
nothing.
away at any point, which is like
Yes.
that's highly robbery. Which I think that was the reason why this whole initiative as far as killing game thing started even more because especially them killing freaking killing the crew off, and we couldn't have access to play the game like at all.
I
So
wouldn't
that's
even just say, if I'm being perfectly honest, I wouldn't even just sit there and just say it's just the crew that had um
I mean it's been news of the game,
this type
but
of
that was just
situation.
I think that was just the nail in the coffin though for them to start
Well,
that
the reason
initiative even more.
Well, no. The reason I say like yes, the crew is definitely up there, but if I go as far as let's say something along the lines of this is a perfect example. Think of the Wii U, right?
Right,
Think about those people who have purchased games on the Wii U itself and they bought them online. What ends
right,
up happening to a lot of those games? Remember, that was a console that was built around just that alone, which nobody
right.
talks about. And what
Yeah, it
ends
was
up
an
happening?
online
They
console. Yeah, they
the
killed out that
servers
store.
itself and of the
Yeah,
console has been dead.
it's completely dead now. Yeah,
So you pretty much can't go back on there even if you wanted to relive, you know, the glory days or what you
but I think you
consider to
could
be
like
glory
if you
days on
the only
there.
way you can even it's the disc though. Like right, I think the disc
Yeah, if
though.
you have
Cause
the
they
disc, but if it's digital,
yeah they did have a lot of
like
digital only and
for
they're
example,
gone
like
now.
Mario Maker is a perfect
Yeah, that
representation
was a
of that.
digital only game, right? Yeah,
And that
that
was it.
thing's
And that
kind of
was
gone.
and remember, you if you had any free maps or stages on there, forget about it. That's gone. You only get the default that happens to be there if you even happen to have the disc itself. And even then, how
Right,
far is that going to take you?
right. Because that game was community based, which was online. Yeah, that is true though.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And but remember, people don't talk about that one. Just throwing that out there.
yeah. A lot of
Just
people don't talk about that. Well, we are though. So
yeah. So
we're gonna talk
just putting
about it
that
when
out
everybody else
there.
don't. So we don't. Well, we talk about though.
Yeah,
If everybody else not gonna talk about, we will, because that is true though. Because yeah, Super Mario Maker, yeah, definitely leaning to the online community based, kind of like these other community based. In case the point, kind of give me like how Little Big Planet was, like it's
yeah.
definitely community based. So
Which sucks that
especially
that even went
with
down the way it did
RP,
too.
or like I said, yeah, RP in that one. Um, but yeah, no, you're right. Like it did lean to more community focused. So like the fact that whole game is like digitally is gone. Like the first of all, the whole storefront is gone. Let's say that then the whole storefront, and not even just. a lot of these older systems, they storefront, like they just remove their storefronts. Yeah, the Wii U, I think the 3DS, I think the 3DS one,
The
I
3DS
think
is also on
3DS
that
is
list,
also,
I think,
yeah, there.
because that's also,
Xbox
yeah.
360. But I have my hold on, I'm gonna get into Cool Quick Grand by 360, which they did this most at Microsoft put you on the chopping block here. Y'all did
I
this
already put
update
Nintendo on
for,
there.
yeah, I'm gonna put Microsoft here on the chopping block
No, no,
here.
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. I already
Y'all
said that
did
the
this
other
update
the
for
last time.
this 360, right? That they removed the store. You can't actually, no, you can't really, you can't go in the store anymore. My issue is, which I ran into, right, on my console. I have the 360 now, current day. What they did here was so horrible. So that update that they did, right? It bugs the freak out your console so bad. Like it freaks it out. Yeah, the only reason when I'm saying that is your so when you try to it's a few bugs, which I didn't even make a video. Oh, I didn't make a video about it. Which kind of try to detail real quick. So speaking of video, I made a video about the Xbox freaking out recently. It actually blew up, surprisingly. Like it blew up. Um, I made a video a while back on TikTok saying like having the day most power possession Game Pass freaking the hell out. And mind you, it didn't catch it at first. Like they didn't see anything
I have to speak
about it.
about Game Pass after this too.
They
But
I like
continue.
I had caught this, like the basically the servers freaking out and there was like a freaking glitch, right? Now, mind you, the Xbox didn't say anything about it. They didn't even know that it was happening. Like I got hit with it. Like I feel like I got hit with it first though. That's what I feel like. But as soon as I got hit with it, so I couldn't see my games. None of my games was all the games I have had was gone, right? But I knew something was up because not even just that, the Game Pass stuff was like they only had like a few games. Mind, there's over 100 plus stuff like games in there, and it was glitching out so bad. The server was messed up so bad. All those games was gone too. So I was like, man, there's something's wrong with Game Pass, and this is the most power possession. So I put them on kind of well the lady would say I had kind of put them on blast because it's like I pay all this money. I paid this money for your servers, and your server just flat out just kicked the bucket, and now half my games that I actually purchased are gone. I couldn't do like it was crazy. I posted a video about that, and turns out I wasn't the only person, and people it's still going to this day. Now I did that like a while ago. I usually don't post up like glitches and stuff like that, like especially on my social media. I rarely do, but like I was like, let me see, maybe it could be me because sometimes my Xbox do freak like actually be glitching out at times, which I don't think that should be a thing. It could be bugging out at times. It really does. Like when my game won't show up randomly. It actually just did it kind of just now, like right before me starting the show. I have a external hard drive plugged into my console, and out of nowhere, like those games was gone. Like it was just disappeared. I had to the point I had to restart the console, and then it kicked back on that. Oh, this external hooked up to it. Like it be glitching out at times. So the fact that that even happened, I was just like, huh. And then I go on the site, didn't even know they wasn't even aware of it themselves. Because the site said, oh, everything is all good, everything green check marks everywhere. I'm like, that's not what I'm seeing. So I post about it, and next thing you know, it hours later they changed it. Like, oh yeah, that's a server issue. Yeah, no shit, Microsoft. No shit. Now to go back about the 360 situation, that bug that update they put it created a bug to where if you have your account right, first of all it defaults like at some point, which I should record my Xbox doing this. At some point, the last like dashboard that they made where the storage remove, yeah, the consoles like the console glitches itself. It reserves back to the previous dashboard. And then another thing that will happen is your profile, it will ask you to, oh, it's trying to close out a game, like something wrong with Xbox Live, which is clearly not. It's a bug that it created. it freezes your profile to the point where it's your profile is trying to verify itself and it gets stuck. So you would think like, oh, your internet or something's wrong. No, that's just a bug that they created based on from this update, from them removing the store, and it just created a whole brand new bug that wasn't there before. So now I had to be really cautious to even put my open up my profile on this console. I found a loophole around it because the when I first encountered it, I didn't know what it was. I've never seen it do that before. Like I downloaded my console back, bring it back. Me first time me having the 360 almost years now, right? Put my console, put my not my console, put my profile on there, and I run into the bug immediately. Like it's fine, and then and then next thing I jump back on and I get that error. I think it's a quote unquote server error. That's only because they had a bug found out, and it got to the point people really was trying to figure out how to fix it. That they got their profiles removed, like completely removed, like they got deleted. So I would tell people, play yeah now. Yeah, just read it on stuff because I figured I found out the issue from just reading people's posts because apparently this was a bug that they had before, but they had fixed it and it came back again because of this update, because of them removing the store from the 360, which caused basically the Xbox store, well, Xbox in general, Xbox 360 in general was kind of glitched to freak out and almost damn to corrupt your own profile. So just when if y'all ever play on 360 again, just be wary. There is bugs, there is loopholes around it because you might run into the error. Like I did now, I probably will record next time. I should do this. Record my experience with the 360, like me booting it up and then me running into the same issue. And there's ways of fixing it. You just make sure you just read because people have fixed the problem, but it still happens here and there. But like at least it won't be for a while. But when you do, you know how to fix it. So just be aware, people, that this bug is around for the 360, which is unfortunate. Which is I feel like that should be a thing. Like now I'm starting to think like maybe they did that on purpose, but who knows? But just want to make y'all aware that hey, if you own the 360, cause we all, it's been a wave of people going back, to the nostalgia days and getting the old consoles and stuff like that. I mean, I already said this last show. I've always been like, me myself personally, I've always been doing that. People look at me weird at times, for like, why you playing an old game? But now I feel like there's a wave going on now, and people is jumping on, which is for good reason because look at the games that's out now, like how the money we pay for these games and stuff like that, like the passion and stuff like we talked about it last show, but to live lifestyle, just be careful for them. Just be very careful doing stuff because they clearly don't care about these anymore. I mean, of course they're older, but like just be careful, especially on 360. Just very be careful. Like I said, you will run into that bug here and there. I forgot the error code for the bug, but you will run into it. You see it. You think that checking your network and stuff will fix it. No, it's the other way around it to fix it, which is very weird. How to like it's very strange. The way how to fix it, to fix your profile, basically having a verification, like it verifying yourself and it being stuck. It's very strange to fix it. Very strange. Something I don't even think that you had to do for it to work. Like it's so weird. So that was my little gripe with them. Like y'all can't sit here and kill the console store all, and then it had a bug behind it, an old bug that they got fixed the first time, and now it's just permanently there because y'all done moved on to the newer consoles. So I don't know. Yeah, do better with that, Microsoft. Yeah, really gotta do better. And now you tell me this is still issues up with them because it's a lack of there's a shortage and stuff now. And for with the chips and stuff for their newer consoles, I'm like, I don't even know what's happening when it comes to these consoles now. I don't even know what's going on. But I do agree with you said earlier, stories of our PlayStation players saying I do not they should not release PlayStation 6 because it's not ready for it. It's not. I kind of agree with them. The PlayStation 6 it's not ready. It's not ready to be released right now. Cause
It
like
definitely is not.
what is else there that they gonna do with the PS6? Like what is I feel we get into that threshold as far as like them, like I don't know what else they're gonna try to do
Well,
with
the
it.
problem I feel like that's wrong, and this is how I feel with games now. I feel like we reached a ceiling on how far we could go into something, and pretty much going into like I think other people would disagree with this, but the only reason I would sit there and feel like we have made it or to that ceiling is because look at the way that this console's life cycle has been so far.
Right,
They're now getting their feet off the ground for things they shouldn't even be a thing. Like I feel like these developers, these companies haven't actually got the chance to see what any of these stuff could actually do, and we're already getting ready to move on to the next thing for a minuscule amount of changes.
right,
Like, and I feel like this is a huge reason as to why something like this should never be a staple. Like I feel like we should get our money's worth at the end of the day.
right,
And the problem here is personally the way I look at it is that we're not getting that. We're getting the total opposite of that, and I feel like a lot of these companies themselves are basically stiffing us on how the way that should actually work. So
right.
again, this is just me looking at it from that face value. Because again, PS5 into PS6, that shouldn't even be a conversation on Sony's end, but should be a conversation in my honest opinion. And I was already sitting there saying the way you could look at Call of Duty is the way you should be looking at consoles. Is the fact that, or just gun and ball games entirely, is the
Yeah,
fact that games themselves. Oh nope, I don't know why. Gun and ball games themselves should have more time in between instead of like, oh, you just drop it just to drop it. That shouldn't even be that way, and especially right now. And I just said it previously that these consoles themselves really just got their foot in
yeah. They just now picking
now,
up steam.
like really getting their foot in now. Unfortunately, what makes it as bad as it is, um, it's the fact that it's just that they got their foot in now, and it's not a lot been going on.
Right.
Like before, Microsoft had an extremely slow start, but now they picked up. Where Sony had a strong start, but now they're slowing down.
Yeah, you
So
should more than slow down. They slowed down tremendously. One game,
yeah,
one game this year.
one game itself, and then that's what the whole staple is as of right now.
One game from their own in-house studio. Like literally one game. I'm like this generation, you got competitors, their games. That's we done talked about it so many times, but like y'all competitors' games is carrying out right now.
No, yeah, I mean, what makes it I guess you could say laughable. Not, I'm sorry. Let me be nice when I say this. I wouldn't even say laughable. I would say concerning. That should be headshot. Thank you. I say concerning is the word I should be using, and the reason I'm going to use the words concerning is because of the fact is that it's like I said again on the previous show. I find it interesting that we went from, um, if you look at the cycle of PlayStation over the years, they used to drop games from, if you think about it like this, if I give it to you like this, I said it somewhere along the lines of, okay, we went from like 15 games for like the PS3 era to like PS4, we get to PS4, and PS4 is nowhere near that. whatsoever. And it's like PS3 is like 15 games, PS4 is 7 games. We get the PS5, we get into like at least 5 to 1 game at most. It's again, it's in a way it's very heartbreaking because you look at things like this and it's like these are things that shouldn't even be a a thing. Like I understand technology is moving forward, which is fantastic, but at the same time, who's asking for this big budget type games to where that it's just more narrative of showing me cutscenes than me actually playing the game.
And it take almost a length of when a film at this point.
Well, it's more than just that. This is what makes it so interesting. And this is why I feel like now this is where the kind of the kid gloves come off when I say this towards PlayStation players. This is what I mean by you guys need to do more for yourselves. Take the order. What's it, 1979, something like that, or not 19, like 1847, something along those lines, whatever the number was, right? That game got criticized for being just a movie.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah,
It was criticized for being basically a run of the mill movie, and now here you guys aiming for just that. You want movies.
see, my thing is when it comes to this industry, it's like they created so much the movie stories and like they forget that there needs to be some form of gameplay in there.
Well, it's
I mean,
more than more former gameplay. It's like even look at the trailers. Trailers highlight that even more nowadays, I would say.
no, it does.
Like trailers used to show more gameplay than not. And now if you look at the trailers now, you barely see anything in resemblance of that.
Right,
You see less of it actually.
right. I don't know. I feel
And
like
and I feel like in a way that's kind of concerning. And what makes it I feel like it's actually concerning for games, again, I don't want to just play movies. You know,
right.
it's cool to watch a movie. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that's a terrible thing. It's not terrible to watch a movie, but that's not what I bought this game for. I bought it to play. I'm not playing the game. The game is playing me. I'm watching the game more than I'm actually playing the game. I don't know how where did we fall in terms of that. And I feel like in a way it's kind of concerning to me that we fell so far down the rabbit hole to where that video games as a whole totality it's just been um watching. And it's funny because a lot of the times what Xbox has been putting out, it's been games that you just play. Sony has been literally watching simulators, watching movies. That's it. It's hard, and you could sit there and be like, "Oh, that's not true." Sony doesn't just do things like that. We'll just look at their last few games. All their games in all reality have been taken for how long? You put in like 300+ million dollars on these type of titles, and I don't see a value or a necessary reason as to why you have to do that.
Hmm.
The players not getting the best experience for watching something; they get the best experience for playing it. You spend you're spending $70 to $80 on a game. I think you want to play the game. Well, he had a shotgun, nice, but I don't know.
I think nothing else. Um,
Say say again.
no, I'm trying to think what else that was there that I've seen. Um, no, that whole situation with the whole storage thing that's crazy. I can't even imagine that these two consoles, like, they're just, like, it's storage for them. Like, it's the idea of them trying to, like, it's not working out as well as we thought as a whole.
No, it's not.
And even they knew was things, so it's like, if these are new and y'all main focus is on these consoles now, shouldn't be like the point that where everybody should have first of all not even a shortage of our chips and stuff for it, but like how
If I'm being honest, if I say it like this, I mean, I feel like people lost their way on how games should be.
no, you're right. A lot of people lost their way. A lot of people have lost that mindset of like what makes a game. You know what I'm saying? And, we talked about it before. I think at the time, PlayStation, no, they had that. And they continue to sometimes don't know who each other really are. So I don't know. That I didn't even hear about that. That is wild.
No, it's the truth. It's a sad truth, but it's the truth nonetheless. Like I said,
Definitely.
there's just too much what's going on as of right now. I feel like it's just, and I said this before. Yeah, I think gaming is a privilege we all can have, and I think it's fantastic. It's lovely as it is, and there's so much to pick from, which is a fantastic thing. If anything, we're eating more now than ever before because there's so much to go on. But I feel like at the
Right.
same time, because there's so much that's going on, there is less to be really talked about on serious topics.
Right.
And when it comes to games now, I just look at them like, okay, like exhibition, 33 highlights. I say not even just expedition itself highlights this only, but I feel like not just expedition itself, but I feel like most of the games that ever have became game of the year highlight what's wrong with the gaming as a whole. If I'm being honest, because you look at the same cookie cutter type of games that's basically out nowadays, and I feel like that is, I wouldn't say necessarily wrong, but at the same time, there's no form of innovation. And I think gaming as a whole, innovation is not as where it used to be at,
Mm.
which in turn, I think that kind of sucks when you sit down and think about it from that general perspective, that games as a whole is not that anymore. Like it used to matter, but now it doesn't matter nearly as much as it once was.
Yeah, this industry definitely different. I'll say
And
that.
even the industry itself, I feel like the other issues that I think that happens to be there with the industry that also sticks out. Um, like I I think we need to move away from the live service.
We do. I feel like it's so many of them now. It's kind of becoming a
It's
little oversaturated with these hot servers games. No,
it,
cool,
it
cool
it definitely
concept, and
is.
it did
It was
its wonders
it was
throughout the
cool back in
years.
2017. It was
Right,
cool back in 2017 when we also had even BRs. But now
right.
I feel like that's all that's in gaming now. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. You know?
Hmm.
I don't
Uh,
think there's a lot of games out there that it's hard to sit there deny. Are there games out there? Yeah, there's plenty of games. Like I said earlier, like there's plenty to choose from. But the problem here is that these are the games that are basically dominating all of gaming as of right now. Like you will see the Fortnites, the Call of Duties, the and this is just me just dropping names. Um just basically games that just like long running games to games that just been ongoing series for quite some time. And honestly speaking, I just feel like we just need a change in the way that the direction of the games happen to be going as of right now. And again, it goes back to what I said previously about Exhibition 33 highlighting a lot of the problems that are there in these type of games now, where it only highlights and shows that we got games that just don't do much of anything, and games just gotten lazy, giving us the same old cookie cutter nonsense. So that,
hmm. I don't know. Guess we
now,
got to wait to see that point.
and I hate to use this phrase too. I think this phrase doesn't work or feel like it makes sense, and that is like, I won't even sit there and say it doesn't make sense. I just hate using this phrase because I think people use it at that, but and that is the TikTok brain for certain things. Like, oh yeah, the short form content is for those type of people that could only concentrate and pay attention to this type of form of, content itself. And so this is why they got games being built like this. And if it is just basically that, then that's sad. We really really need to get back to how the way things were. And I remember reading recently too on some things. I would have to like look it back up again. Like I like when I witnessed it or read it, it was just about like a few um it was like a few days ago, just before or maybe before or after Christmas for sure. But it like it kind of, I don't know if it rings true completely, but I will sit there and say it does highlight a few things.
See what else I had to say. See what else. Um,
I have it over
see what
here, right? Yes.
see what else I had news in the pipeline. Um,
Oh, speaking of thing, I think we should go to sponsors.
oh yeah, that's right. Sponsor segment. Thank you. Ivy. Sponsor segment time, folks. We are since our forever partner is indeed with Be With Your Enterprise. We are now free to say that you can catch the show. Actually, scratch that, folks. Let's see. Start do with the whole promo for our sponsor. Let's see. Hit me with it, bruh. Let me see.
No, no, no. I'll let you do it.
Oh, you
I'm not good with it yet. I'm not good
you're
with
not
it
good with
yet.
the you're not good with the sponsor segment.
Not yet. Don't worry, I'll get there. Don't worry.
Well, you did
It's
the
a
intro pretty fun
it's
though.
not a foot race. It's not a race in general. It's not a
That you know what?
journey.
You
It's a
know what?
destination.
No, amen to that. Well, you can catch us. You catch the show live here on YouTube and Twitch, and we're also a freaking and forever partner with B Major Enterprise. You can go check in the description of YouTube of the G show. You catch it on YouTube. The link for the description of the website. will be there. It's bmhenterprise.biz. You can go on there. You can catch me and my colleague here, my brother's arm here, and the show and the show itself. Definitely catch it right there and there because it will be still over there as well. So you can definitely catch it over there, and we're very happy and pleased that we are part of them. So we're a part of them, and they're part of us. So thank you, UHN for being our forever partner of the show, and there's more to it. So you could go ahead if you want to support. There will be all those things. And matter of fact, a little insight. Your boy got some pipeline that I'm doing for that too, outside of this. So y'all want to probably go over there and check that out.
Wait
You
a
know,
minute. I'm sorry about this. FaceWag just left Face?
he just left Swag.
Yeah.
I thought he'd been left that.
No. He didn't leave yet, but he just
I guess he did now.
gone.
Oh, that's a new era. Look at that. New era, I guess. New era when it comes well phases no more, I guess, sadly. Um it's probably a lot of stuff behind the scenes that's been going on. And I won't be surprised later down the line here. And I'm pretty much sure next. I won't be surprised Jeff might be next.
Nah,
He's
Jeff
still
ain't leaving.
it. Oh yeah. I mean, he's the only one I feel like that's still
I mean,
you know
honestly, I said it before and I said it
that's
again.
still
I feel like he's
grind.
the
That's
only
still
real
grounded.
phase
That's
member, like the real
he's one of
as
the
it is.
OGs, right? That's still there.
He's he's definitely up there.
I feel like out of the Faith member group, anyway, that he's like one of the like realistic person. You know what I'm saying?
No, he is.
Like he's not too biased. He just say as it is and do what he needs to do. So, but anyway, um, what I was saying about the sponsor, about our sponsor, yeah. So you catch the show over there. Go check it out www.bmediaenterprise.biz. And you can go check that out. And there's gonna be more stuff in the pipeline. I'm working on something, which I'll probably announce at some point. So yeah, be a lookout. I am working on something outside of the show. Actually, my colleague here is a part of one of them. So well, I'm not gonna say too much. He's actually
I
part of
already know
one of
what it
them.
is. As soon as you said
You
that,
already
I already got the
you
idea.
already
It
know.
just popped up immediately.
Yeah. The company my colleague here is a part of one of the projects I'm doing outside the camera, outside the show. And I'm doing other things to my to other of my family members, which I'm gonna get into at the later down the line. Keep you updated. So I'll be doing stuff behind the scenes as well outside the show. So yeah, including this man right here. He's part of one of the people that's involved. So down the line, down the pipeline, hopefully probably this upcoming year, y'all hear more about that. But they are indeed for sponsors. So go check them out. Go check it out. See what you like. It's gonna be custom stuff on there. Old footage of me, of your boy. Old footage over there. So you want to see my old archive? It's over there. And check out some more shows. You got my grandfather's show. Be with your yeah. Sorry, no, it's a season. He got his whole show. If you want to check out that stuff, got another cousin, one of my cousins, he do at the dinner table. No podcast. A couple. You're gonna get quite a bit of podcast fix, but and a little music and gaming stuff related. But there will be films and stuff and shows that we're working on the behind the scenes with that. So y'all want to go check that out. Um, that will be also a home. That will be also Infinite Driver's home as well. Um, hopefully this year. Got to mention that too. But that's it for her. I think we made you proud to be our favorite partner. Matter of fact, let me put up the little commercial real quick. Shall I mean, folks, that's indeed be major. I gotta get new commercial, but that's the gist of what stuff you see on there. Um, including our shows. We're gonna make a new like commercial for that. Um, yeah. So, what else? I forgot what else was there. Nah. Oh, hold up. Folks, you be right back. We tell you a thing. Be right back. folks. All right, folks, we're back. Now we're gonna be coming to the last topic of the night. Um, last topic. Uh, now tell people
Instead of
what's
me
going
telling it,
on.
at least you want to display it on the screen itself so they can see it
You're right.
themselves instead of me having to say it.
You're right. You know what? No, you're
So
right. You're right. Me. I gotta search it up though. Let me see sometimes. I'll search it up real quick.
I shouldn't
What
have been
was it?
missing that much.
I gotta go on
Oh man.
YouTube real quick. So we got a little thing, real
And this
quick.
is the thing I was talking about earlier. I found it. That's it. That's
What's
what's
this?
up. Dunzo, Enzo, Benzo, all that.
I spelled it wrong. Oh my gosh. I spelled it wrong, dude.
You deserve to
Okay.
kill me. I should have just pop you for the one time.
Okay.
Mm.
So we're gonna see this one little clip. Like, give our insight on this because I did hear about this a while back, and let's put this on blast real quick, shall we? Because I don't know if everybody even covered this, but gonna see.
That's that's part of the reason why. Because
Found it.
again, the first time I first mentioned the video itself, it was half
Found the
ASUS
short.
of
is going to
that
save
was
gaming
a
because
few
they're
months ago.
Found the
This
short,
is
by the
pretty
way.
much the updated version of that video that I
Let's take a look
mentioned.
at this short real quick, right? Right,
going to be
folks.
creating RAM, is what everybody's saying right now, except they're wrong. So let's talk about it. Gaming is in a lot of trouble right now. AI is taking over more and more of the world, and all the stuff we use for gaming is being used for AI. And companies like Nvidia have shown that all the fans that have made them as successful as they are don't matter because they've abandoned all of them in order to get more money from AI. And we're currently in a huge RAM crisis where RAM prices are going through the roof, and companies are looking into older generations just to try to cover their bases for now while this crisis goes on. And suddenly there's news. ASUS is going to step up and they're going to start producing RAM in order to save gaming because they know that Nvidia has dropped the ball and they're there to pick it up. Is what every content creator is saying to get all those views, except ASUS just came out and said that that's not true at all. Speaking to a Taiwanese news agency, ASUS clarified. They said they are not doing this because 1, it costs a lot of money, 2, it would take a minimum of 2 years to set this up, and 3, they don't have the knowledge in this kind of field, so doing it would just be fruitless because they would end up just wasting money and time. And they expand by saying that their current plan is to just optimize. They're going to be reducing how much RAM is in the hardware that they're going to sell in the future, and they're even looking toward using older generations of RAM to reduce the price and to see how they can optimize what they're doing now in order to keep up with the times while the times are bad. But everybody's covering this, so where did the news come from? An Iranian publication with 0 sources, except, trust me bro, it's from somebody that's reliable. To be fair, this publication has made leaks before that were accurate, but it looks like they're just wishfully thinking right now based on some basic information and just trying to piece things together, hoping that ASUS will step up and save gaming. So yeah, in other words, ASUS is doing exactly what every other company is doing, and they're saving gaming as much as all those other companies are also saving gaming that are making the exact same decisions. The publication made something up, and ASUS has now clarified it. Fortunately, gaming is still in trouble. ASUS is going to save gaming
Wow.
because they're going to be creating...
So my take on this is that
Mm-hmm.
they with these chips for this for these for these systems and stuff. The video kind of dropped. We already know about the video with the whole practice when it comes to a lot of their products and especially the graphics, right? So if they were thinking that ASUS do the same thing, I don't think they will, bro. ASUS not really gonna be like able to save like they're not gonna save gaming. Let's keep it blunt. They're still a company too at the end of the day, so they still have their gripes on certain things too. Now they could be no, it's they're one of the products for when it comes to PC gaming, and it's one of the most their products is usually used nine times in the most, but when it comes to like saving it, I highly doubt this would be on that scale of even doing that. Um, highly doubt that. Um, I don't know. I want us a little. I don't know if they get that notion that ASUS will probably save the day. That's not. I don't think that's going to be true all the
Well,
way.
basically, think of it like this: word to mouth. Basically, at the end of the day, it's basically that people hear it, people associate with it, people automatically go to sit there and assume, hey, this team is gonna save us from X,
Right.
Y, and Z.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But think about
Which I
this way.
understand. I mean, let's be
Yeah. I
honest
mean,
here.
like,
Like even
yeah.
right now, we like the way we reported on it, someone else did the same thing. And when somebody else heard about it, it shot from one mouth to the other mouth to the following mouth. And remember, it's the internet. So it circles all the way around at the end of
Right.
the day.
Right.
This is why I sat there and said this is a follow up from when I originally sat there and said,
Yeah. It seems like it's like ton more stuff that's involved when it comes to uh you know, especially with these shortages in these consoles and some of the these companies when they come to their chips and graphics, it's like completely like just dropping the ball. Some of them, so definitely interesting how that this is even happening. That we even having we had this conversation when it comes to the graphic and then the graphics card and he's gonna I think even like he mentioned something about the handhelds too, right?
yeah,
I think yeah. Now mind you, that's the big thing that's been out recently with these handhelds and well Xboxes I should say because the handhelds been around for quite some time now, but for it being where it's like that's the thing now. It's just kind of mind boggling that they're that this is even a thing that we have to question to see like if it's going to be even possible that they will be able to be quote unquote be the same game because other companies dropping the ball when it comes to this like their avatar and stuff like that, which is never thought in the amount of time I've been in this gaming atmosphere and stuff like that. Like I never thought that would be even a thing. And even like what we saw about earlier with the come to PS5 and Xbox, like the fact that they even are even a thing that is happening with these consoles, it's crazy. Like one company which they highly praise for their company, for their system, and it would damn near kill it off. That's it's crazy. We're in a really odd spot in this industry. Like it's very strange spot. And I don't know. Like what's your take even more on that one?
I mean, my honestly, the only take I could honestly personally give in that situation, it's like, all right, the best way I could really put it is more so on the lines of I remember the days when it comes to something like this, PC players would have just chose like the older model of anything, like
Right.
of something like that's 2, 3 years like in the making. Like let's say something like, all right, let's say something that was I don't know this year. If it was this year, I grabbed something back in 2022, and it's still relatively good. It works perfectly fine, you
Right.
know. But now it's like we got to the point where that's not even a thing anymore. Not really. It is, but isn't at the same time.
Yeah, because a lot of things they highly focus on is the AI aspect and on this PC part of it too. I remember there was this thing that was going around where Nvidia was no they what they killed they still kind of are. No, this guy said not even kind of they are. They pushing where it comes to the graphics card that they leaning heavy focus on the AI aspect of it, and the whole using the fake frames and things like that when it comes to things. Now, mind you, before that we never heard the thing where it be fake frames and things like that. That wasn't even a thing really. So
No, it really
ah
was. This is why I sat there and said this is another reason why everything is shot to the ceiling at this point. This is why when I sat there and brung it up about the um Xbox may get a third hike in price, it's because of something along the lines of this being a actual thing. And the thing I also should have mentioned and sat there and said about that should have been more so on the lines of it's like just Xbox, but it's more so on the lines of Xbox is one of those individuals, but everyone else is following suit because of this, and everybody is trying to buy all they can up. And I get it.
right,
I mean that's what people was doing. Again, this could be me mentioning the pandemic once more, but it's the same way with the pandemic. People was doing the same thing even for that.
right,
People was going out their way. Oh Jesus. Like people was just doing that.
right.
So like going out the way, buying what they could buy, enough as it is. So I definitely do get and understand that fully. So even with this is definitely something that I could see people for sure doing.
Yeah, it's definitely we're in a definitely complicated spot
Uh,
with
I
with
wouldn't
the
even go as far
industry.
as saying that we're in a complicated situation. I would go as far as this also segue back to what I sat there and said about games being over 300 something million. Games don't need to be that much.
They're really
They
not.
really
They
don't.
did budget something
This is
close to a
not
goddamn film.
movies. These are games.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They're
Like
supposed
they're
to be in
close to being a
a household,
film
and
level
it's
of
supposed to,
freaking.
none of this makes any sense. If it's
Yeah,
300
no.
plus, then we got a problem.
Yeah, games shouldn't be that expensive. Like I get they do we have to animate, but it shouldn't be the price of where it's cost to almost close to how films are being made. Like again, like video games are now more mainstream now. Yeah, I get that too, but it's just like the fact that that's even happening when it comes to these games is crazy. And then we have to wait for almost some of these games take a decade even to even release. That's longer
Even
than
more at
that's what I'm
times.
saying. But even more sometimes that's way more than a film. You know, it was like the fact that that's even happening in the industry now is just like crazy, kind of crazy.
No, it honestly is. And it goes to show, like, again, this is why I feel like we lost the way of how games used to be more now than ever before. And that's why mentioned that for what it is, because honestly speaking, again, luxury, yes, but it doesn't mean it doesn't have its fair shares of problems.
Yeah,
This
no,
being
it's
one of those
huge
fair shares of
problems.
problems.
Yeah, no, this year alone it's just been nonstop problems when it comes to the industry now, and that's something that shouldn't be. We could imagine years ago, back in like the threes, like that this would be at the stage of the gaming space, like this would be happening. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think we could imagine that would be a thing. It's so weird. I don't know. I'm very wary about the future when it comes to gaming. I hope that this is a big hope that you know come to this space where things like this could be be fixed, or these consoles and stuff will have, yeah, because these consoles already was rocky off the rip already. You know what I mean? Like they already have their fair share of problems, especially PS5. Like PS5, it's barely getting a foot in the door now. Like they're barely doing that, and the fact that there's chip shortages and sort of like that, like that's not really a kind of thing that shouldn't be even. You would have thought that would never even happen. You didn't
No,
hear back
definitely not.
then that these consoles, the older ones, had chip and stuff issues. But known common problems that the console should have had already. You know what I mean? Like just common things that you would think that console should have already. Like how long, for example, like remember a while back, look how long it took the PS5 to even run like the 4K and stuff like that. It'll have that proper frame rate that they was talking about and boasting about for so long. And look how long it took them.
Yeah, instead of not real 4K, it's more of an imitation of
Yeah,
4K.
it's fake again with the fake frames. And then with the fake frame issue, and this is what I was saying earlier, but that was the issue that was happening with the PC space too, because the video was pushing so much highly on the fake frame thing, and they like PC gamers like no, because it causes the performance of the game itself, which is like
Yeah.
it really like it could hinder their performance. So with that being said, for them to like it's a weird spot when it comes to that, and the fact that that was their main selling point for the PS5 was having this high frame rate, but turns out it wasn't even it having that frame rate natively. You know that was a big problem.
Oh, without
So
a question. And
that
even now, I mean, looking back at the PS4's history and what it went through to where it's at now, I mean, it's definitely gotten better, like everything else can,
right.
but it's it kind of sucks, like when companies, which again, it's not a big surprise when I say this, when companies lie about things like that.
Yeah, yeah, definitely not surprised because we know how these companies work. Right, end of the day, it's all about business, right? So we know the outcome of what they do to order to make a quick buck and stuff like that. Like we know this. It's just the fact that it's affecting the product itself. You know what I mean? Like it's just affecting, and even in a bad way. That it's not kind of questioning like how would the future look in this industry with that. You know what I'm saying? If they
Oh,
are considering working on the next the next thing, the next big thing, how would that even look? Because that's the case of they're having these issues now. Just imagine with these newer consoles coming out in the future, the kind of issue they would deal with moving forward. You know what I mean? Like they'll moving forward. With that being the case. So I don't know. This it's not looking so hot at
it's
all,
definitely not.
which is so unfortunate to say.
That's why I
And
say gaming has its problems. That's why I look towards, again, a lot of the games that have been again, game of the years nominees to just game of the year in general.
yeah, it's just a lot of the games you don't see that much. And a lot of it's been it's crazy thing about it. Speaking of game of the year, so you mentioned that. a lot of you notice a lot of the games that've been getting you, they've been indie games though. Like you don't even
Yeah, a
see the
lot for
big
this
budget
year
ones
has
getting that
definitely.
many. It's been straight indies. But well, that's and these are passion projects that just happen to have, somewhat of a publisher to push them out even further. But like these are not their top end big budget teams that they have. Like, and that's the crazy part about it. Just on loan, we never thought years ago before that years ago back then, it was mainly the big budget titles that will get the game of the year. Now it's just like you have indie games getting it, which is not that's a I love indie games. Is I'll be honest, it's what's carrying the gaming industry now. It's actually is at this point. You know, because if the big budget studios is not doing it, then who else? And this is where the problem is when it comes to the industry now.
Nah, I mean, this is why I look at that for that very reason. So I feel like it's weird. Like these are type of things that should never be a problem.
No, it shouldn't. It,
Unfortunately, they
it,
happen to be a problem.
it shouldn't be a thing that even happens. So that shouldn't be a thing that will even happen to for that thing, being such of an issue.
It definitely should not be something that you should look at and be like, dang, I can't believe X, Y, and Z happened for this X amount of reasons as it is. I just feel like a lot of problems shouldn't even be problems. And I feel like companies should not go out their way. Even though I may feel this way, doesn't mean it's going to happen this way. Companies should not go out their way and screw over the people that's basically giving the money at the end of the day. Don't care who
No,
you are.
yeah, it shouldn't. It shouldn't be doing that at all. Like it stopped being about the consumer. It
Oh no,
really
it
stopped
definitely
being like
has. I'd
that.
say the seventh generation was definitely about being about the consumer, and it slowly started to evolve to where we are as of right now. So yeah, like again, like I said, seventh generation was about the consumer, back, forward, and down, and now it's just where it's at today. Is just basically, well, you know what? Did we really need a PS5 Pro? Do we need a Slim? Do we need this? Do we need this? It's just a lot of unquestionable things that just deserve answers towards that. It's not needed.
Right,
So many things that's genuinely just not needed, but it's there for the sake value for just being there. You know?
right. And this is where the issue lies in now when it comes to that, because this is a big problem in the industry. And who knows if when it will get even remotely closely better to the days where it was like that. You know what I'm saying? Like corporate greed and a lot of things is plaguing the gaming industry.
Oh yeah, and it's just getting worse. It's not getting better, it's definitely getting worse. I would say, but I would sit there and say more for these these publishers really. Not dropping the names on who they are as it is, but just saying when it comes to these publishers themselves, they know what they're doing and how the way they're definitely doing it at that.
Right.
Um, and I think games as a whole need to go back to the mantra of let's just use it as fast food. The customer is always right.
Right.
Not just fast food, just in general, just retail
No,
in
just
general.
just customer
Customer's
service
always
in
right.
general. That's how things business move forward when it comes to that. Like that's how things move forward. You know, I mean, the customer, they gotta listen to the customer because the customer is the one that's feeding them the business. You know, at the end of the day, like if it wasn't for the customer, the company won't be where it's at.
Basically, yeah.
So I don't know,
I
like
mean,
this.
what was it? Oh, it reminds me of the one guy. Sadly to say, how should I put this? Um, I'm mad. I'm forgetting the man's name, but it's a person that just recently stepped down from Bungie, and he's been with the company since basically since forever. You know, and now there was a day he went live streaming, and like
Hmm.
people were just basically going out their way and basically bullying him. Honestly, I mean, I understood the reasons as to why they bullied him in a way, and I'm not condoning the bullying part, but it was basically of the situation of marathon and stolen.
The
Yeah,
artwork, yeah, that
yeah,
situation with
yeah,
Marathon, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
that situation alone was already bad. Them stealing somebody a lower creator's artwork was already bad. That was, and not crediting them either. So that was a, yeah, I remember that. That was a whole nother beast. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah. I don't know.
This is why I think as of right now,
You thought it was Frozen? No,
hmm?
wasn't Frozen. No, I'm responding to the chat. I wasn't Frozen. I wasn't Frozen at all. But
Oh,
no, like this is, yeah. I don't. The industry, no. I don't know. Like I don't know what we're leading to and how um like I don't know. It's at a weird like we definitely am like yeah, it could be a lot better. Oh my overlay. Yeah, this is for the show. Um
mhm.
overlay for it's for the show. Um yeah, I'm not actually let me see how people think about this. People don't understand the factories take 3 to 4 years in the first 10K production is a non-factor. Interesting. Well, we know that this stuff takes time. We know this. Well, some of you might not though. When it comes to making these stuff, like some people clearly don't know how long it takes for it to do, but to have a sort of yeah, I think the pandemic of just alone for these consoles. Well, let me ask you this too. That it just mind me. Let me ask you this: do
Go
you
ahead.
think so? Since these consoles came out during the pandemic, right? Do you think these consoles should have like at least came out like a year or two later?
Oh, I've been said that. I said it many times over.
Hmm.
Personally, I sat there and said these again. I sat there and said it myself, and I'm going to reiterate on how the way I said. I basically sat there and said word for word that these games, these consoles need to go right back into the oven. They're not ready. They're
Right.
not ready. As it is, they wasn't ready. And again, showing um basically showcasing how the way the consoles have been and the way their life cycles has been, of course. Let's look
Hmm.
at again, like I said, they didn't get their footing into 2023. So that basically
Well, a lot of
showcased
the
what I
games,
mean by
yeah,
there.
a lot of the games didn't
And
start like really pumping out until yeah, until 2023 really, because the previous year there was barely anything on both ends really,
but
and
I wouldn't even say that. Like I said earlier in the stream itself, I sat there and said like Sony had a strong beginning, but right now they like when it comes down to they like what's going on, like you look at it as like what's going on with Microsoft had a very weak beginning, but look at them, they pumping out games. They traded spaces, you know.
yeah,
That's what this is.
even
They're
in their own
basically trading spaces.
competitors' space, you know what I'm saying? Even within their own thing, like their own competitors themselves, you know, when it comes to that, like even with that too, because they
You
was
got it.
they're not really they're not the one that's basically like I said earlier, like which is crazy enough to say it already, but it's true. Their games is carrying them.
Yeah,
And
Microsoft's games is definitely carrying on Sony's end because of it, and it's definitely is more than showing. It's hard to deny that if you even if you a fan of Sony, or like if at that pretty much, there's no way you could humbly deny that isn't the case here.
right,
You know,
definitely a crazy time in the games like that we're in.
no, it
Uh,
definitely is. I mean, I just look at it like,
I feel like
okay,
yeah,
like
like it shouldn't be
I
even a
didn't
thing
think
where
my bingo card would have been like, this is where we're gonna be in gaming as today. Hey,
I don't think nobody that's been in the gaming space for this long think that it would be to where it is now. I don't think anybody and any of us would have thought it would be like this to the point where we have corporate greed damn near destroying games. A lot of the publishers and developers just flat out just like ain't giving up, or they're just being mistreated when it comes to them making a game. You know,
yeah,
which I doubt that shouldn't have been a thing either, right?
no, that's true.
And which is crazy to say that because went a
I
long
would
time
say it's
ago
not
for
too crazy.
not too
It's
great,
on the
but I was gonna
nose.
lead to like kind of just something personally because at some point I wanted to be a video game creator, like a developer myself.
Got it.
And but to see that this was happening in the industry, that either one, some of them that just flat out don't care, or like two,
No, they
they
definitely
just
don't
getting
care. They
these
care about, like I said it many times over. They care about what's in their pockets more than anything. This is a generation where, like I said, seven generation is where the customer was put first. Whereas for the where we at now, the customer is put second. So yeah, like it goes on the nose on what's actually been going on as a whole. Games as of right now. Of
And like
course, you
I
got it.
wanted to be a game like that was one thing that I wrong like me being little time I wanted to be a game because that's how much of a passion which I still apparently I could still kind of can do that because a lot of people are doing it now because like I said I explained that in the last show these AAA titles AAA developers they're not doing it they don't care enough to do it so
I wouldn't
someone
even
just
sit there
doing
and
it
say
themselves.
this is what I will say to that. I wouldn't necessarily sit there and say they don't care. I will go as far as sitting there saying as this. This is my stance on it. I want to say that. I will go as far as sitting there saying it's not that they don't care, it's that they're not allowed to do the things that they wanted to do entirely.
Basically because of the publisher themselves that's
You
like
got it.
having a stronghold on some of the developers now because some of the developers you're right no I think I have to back some
Because like
developers
I
actually
look,
do
reason
care some of them
I even
do
look
they
at
do
like I
you
give an
know
example like Call of Duty. Call of Duty, I will go as far as sitting there and say is this. I would never sit there and say that the developers of that game don't care. Not fully. Some of them I will sit there and say, you for sure, without question, because
yeah
my deep hatred for them, it all gives that more meaning. But like
yeah no some of them you could clearly tell some of them
some of them
that
definitely genuinely do
actually
care about
flat
what
out
they're
do
doing.
care but it's up to the publisher to for them to even let them greenlight certain things. Which, in case of point, now when we're speaking of Call of Duty here, it's Activision, and they're not having the leeway to them to be creative, you know.
I mean, but this is why I would sit back and say, like, I would go as far as sitting there saying something like this. Still speaking on Call of Duty's end. Now, it's how the way you look at it, right? In this case, right?
Right.
Like, take what the deuce. Oh, I would have died. Oh, we barely got that. But thinking about Call of Duty as it is, thinking about the reigns where Call of Duty was cream of the cream. Um, when Bobby Kotick had them as it is, the Ginger Gnome himself, basically had them,
Right.
and to where now Microsoft has them. It's kind of interesting, and this is where players are starting to make a comparison. Like, oh, when this guy had it, you know, COD never had the problems what we have now, which is basically one of the issues is COD huge decline. But people forget that Call of Duty had a decline prior, beforehand,
It
and
actually was
I
to
feel
the
like,
point it was really bad.
oh yeah, it's
It
still
was
just as
like,
bad. I would go as far as
no, it
saying,
is, but it was a point that we was even thinking that are they even going to be still around? Like it was getting to that point. That's how bad it was getting. Like the level if they was even going to be around the future because being the fact that nonstop things we hear all the time, just repeatedly every day, just something bad about about just not the game itself, was just like the publisher and the person that was running it. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just nonstop, just bad stuff constantly, like every day. It made me think like, yo, is it around even further? Because it's not looking so good. It's still not like it's the
oh, it's
game
still
itself is
not,
still
definitely
not.
not.
It's definitely still not. But I'm saying like this happened. This had happened before, so I don't know. I don't know if people forgetting that. I'm
I mean,
not sure.
maybe some
People
people are way
tend to,
too young to remember what ended up
or
happening. That's a
that
whole take.
too,
I'm sorry.
or that too. Like
Like
that's
that's how I
that.
would think of as it is either people are way too young, people just wasn't in the know when all these stuff was even happening.
That's true. I could think of like
Probably
they could be a
people
little bit
happen to
too
be
young
mis.
too, because we it's
Yeah,
this is a newer
it's a
generation
mixed
of
bag of things.
gamers. Yeah, and also this is a newer generation too. So like some of them just now jumping into the franchise, they don't know too much of what's been going on beforehand. So that could be a thing too. Then
Yeah.
I'm pretty much not aware of that. No, there's been an issue before. It's just this just has been a long time issue. Of course, us the veterans, of course, knows. We clearly know, right? So same in question, but the fact that this wasn't the first time that they've been in this predicament, but it's just now it's just the worst because they even more in the limelight than before, especially with the new generation of gamers. And even just uh, speaking of term COD here of Call of Duty players, the newer generation with them, it's just like they've been in this spot before, and it's just like it comes to a point where veterans that like me and you or within that franchise just don't want to be in that space anymore because of that. You know, so
Oh, of course. And for good enough reasons.
right, because no, the publisher themselves they don't care about the bet that brung up the franchise to a level where it's at now, right? And
They don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
the crazy thing about it, right? I don't know if I mentioned it. I brought this last show, right? Speaking of, could be still on top of this content, talking about Call of Duty a little bit. Um,
Hmm.
I seen this video, right? Which is funny enough. I think it came on my feed on YouTube. This video came about the story behind Call of Duty itself, and they're the original developers and stuff like that. It's funny how the reverse kind of changed, like the roles kind of changed a little bit. It's me showing Battlefield here.
Yeah.
They made the reason why Call of Duty even exists in the first place is because what basically EA was doing at the time when it comes to their developer team, that they had to leave and make a whole brand new game to counter them, because how they
Well,
they were basically doing what Activision was doing back like now. back then, right? To the point that they had to leave and make a whole their own dev team and a whole entire game franchise to counter not only Battlefield, but I think it was Medal of Honor at the time too. So that was like one of the main reasons behind it. I was like, it was very interesting how like just to see the history behind it a bit. Um, which I'm like, well, I can kind of completely forgot. Like I
Well,
haven't
you
seen
know
that in
what?
so long.
I'm glad you mentioned that part because speaking of Call of Duty on that one, I gotta throw a shout out to someone who recently passed away, Vincent Impella,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, yeah,
the man, the
definitely
myth,
tragic.
the guy who basically gave us just not just Call of Duty,
He
he
gave us
gave us Medal of
Battlefield here,
Honor
you playing
first.
right now,
He
Medal of
gave the oh
Honor,
yeah, like he
all
gave us
the
a like the way his
Apex,
resume works is like
he,
Medal of
yeah,
Honor. He was on
Apex.
EA. He did what he did over there.
He did
They EA wasn't treating him right. He came over to Activision. He gave us Call of Duty, their very first Call of Duty from one, two, skip three, gone to four, down to Modern Warfare 2.
yeah, he
From
was
Modern Warfare 2, left,
quite a bigger
sued the
project.
company after firing him, and then basically in the process of that, won, and not only won, you can't also seem to forget one other crucial thing. Making sure you don't get that. The other thing that he ended up getting as well, which I actually do, is the he made his own team, which Respawn, which gave us
Respawn, yep,
Titanfall 1 and 2.
and of
From moving
course
off of
Apex itself.
Titanfall, moving on to Apex Legends, which before Apex Legends itself, if we gotta, we gotta throw some real shine on another game. Actually, no, yeah, I already said it already,
Yeah, you know,
which
he
is
said
Titanfall 1 and 2. I would love
Titanfall one,
three.
two. I
I would love
wish
a
would it.
three,
I
but
would. Yeah, I think a lot of us will love the three. I think a lot of us will love the three.
um,
I sure do. I love Titanfall, and I wish they would have. I hope down the line they're still considering it. Just take a little bit of a
t-
break from Apex. So let's
I feel
start.
like they're allergic to that third
I
number. But
yeah, I'm
between
starting to. It's
that,
starting to look
what
like
else?
that. It's starting to look like
He
that a little
also
bit.
gave us X Defiant
Right. Right. Yeah, he's one of
from
the
X
team
Defiant.
alongside what's called Mark Rubin, right? He was
Yeah,
alongside with him. Yeah, that's right.
like he just
Damn.
moved around as it is. Like
Yeah, he
he's the
was game
I
was
consider him to
bangers
be the blueprint.
nonstop.
Even Battlefield 6, yeah, I'm playing right now.
Yeah, actually that
He's
was the last
definitely
thing
the
he
blueprint
wasn't
of
he
what he.
wasn't
I would
he
say he
like
shaped a lot of people's lives in gaming and first person
wasn't he
shooters or
also
just shooters
working
in
on
general.
Battlefield 6? Like before he
Say again?
passed? Was he also working on like Battlefield 6?
No, no, he was. He definitely was. This is why a lot of things change for what it is. A lot of for the best as it is. For a lot of players. Like I said before, I have my
He definitely made an
um
impact on most of our
he
lives when
definitely
it comes to
did
video
in
games.
the gaming
And first
space. Like
especially
no
first
matter
person
who you
shooter
are, you
space.
played some form of his games at one point in time without even
Yeah,
realizing that you probably have played it. So I just want to
yeah,
make sure to put that out there for what it is,
yeah.
because he
It's
passed
definitely
away on
tragic how
the
he
I believe the
passed too.
twenty
I don't know
second
if
or the
you
23rd before
This
Christmas even
it was
showed up, which
the
is a sad thing
20
altogether.
yeah, right before Christmas he passed, yeah. It was I think it was the 22nd, if I'm not mistaken.
As I
Yeah,
said,
the way how he
22nd or
passed
23rd.
too, it was even
Uh,
tragic. Like definitely tragic.
yeah.
Sad.
Passed away at the age of 55 in a car crash.
Yeah. I don't
Uh,
know if you've seen the
as it
footage
is.
too. I don't know if you've seen the footage of it, but
I
yeah,
did
it
not see the
was
footage.
yeah,
I don't
his footage
want
out
to see
there.
the footage.
His footage out there.
I just I'm good on that.
No, I don't blame you. I'm just saying like it is out there. So
No, it
they do
is,
have
but
footage, yeah. But I don't blame him. I don't think you should.
nah, definitely
Regardless or
nah.
not,
I'm good.
regardless or not, I don't think he really
Uh,
should in the first place. You know, so but yeah, RP to a legend in the gaming space, man. That was a
for real.
huge blow. Um, I don't think a lot of these
But I
games have
definitely
really.
don't want to sit there and not mention him at no point in time. He deserves his roses as it is,
He
his
do, and
flowers, all that.
I hope his family. I could do. Well, us and the Infinite Driver, us me and stars here. We send our condolences to him and his family. You know, because I know Really, it's a crazy thing, man.
No, it
He
is.
was a complete legend in the gaming space, so and that impacted us a lot. Of it impacted our childhoods playing these games too, especially these first-person shooter games. That and mind you, the stuff that you listed, they're always bangers, by the way.
No,
Like the
they're all
games you
hits,
were, they
which is
always
funny, and I think I
good. Like
mentioned
they're
this to you
all
too.
actually good.
And I sat there, and I remember watching a video, and in the video I watched, this was a few months ago. I should have seen that as I own. There was a guy who made a video, and this was and when I watched the video, it happened to come up on my timeline on YouTube. And when it crossed my timeline on YouTube, it popped up and it showed me like, yo, this man did X, Y, and Z and all this other stuff. So it's easy that he's done. Battlefield just was the most recent thing that he's done so far.
Recent
So
and
just
sadly
to see that
last.
this
But
man
look
did
how
this
the much
and
is
look how much
thriving
he's
though.
done, it's like, oh man, like I played this, I played that, I have this, I have that. Man, this man really like he shaped a lot of people's lives, in my opinion. If
Yeah, he
you know
has. But he set a
from young
standard
to
of
old.
how first person shooters should be though. You
Yeah,
know.
I, no, I said I wouldn't. That's the reason I changed it. I was gonna say first person shooters, but I changed it just to shooters in general. And the reason why I changed it
Yeah.
to that personally, if I'm being honest, is because of the fact of because of Titanfall itself.
Right, right, right. Because it's not really that's true though. That's fair. Thankful it's not just first person though. Yeah. It's just shooter in general, yeah, that is true. But still, like he created such a what
No,
shooters
his resume in games
should be
is
like. You know what I'm saying? Like
phenomenal for what it is, and it should be studied. And I use the word should
yeah,
be studied in general. And the reason I
I
sit there
agree.
and say such a thing along those lines is the fact is that
He
the way
really
I'm looking at it
was.
is more so than lines because from what I've known of the guy, because I don't know this man personally, is that he will always put, and this is the funny part, where it goes back to the conversation that was said. Companies not putting the players first. He thought about putting players first. So now, since he's
Right,
gone now, how games are going to look of his absence?
right. Especially in the shooter space too, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially in the shooter space. Like I don't know how would it look in the future. I hope somebody down the line. I mean, you have, I hope somebody take a stance and just really take it to the AAA developers and really look at what he's done, and and put it up front and create something really amazing, right? And to really counteract these developers, the ones that's out here now, the big ones, that hey, y'all should really do this. There's somebody out there that's probably gonna do it. I don't know when, because this is why a lot of them are around now. You know, because of that. Because a lot of people do have that passion, but I hope somebody will, you know, sit here and really study his work.
I feel like there's certain people that have the passion, but they're not unless they create their own studio or get their own studio is the only way they'll be able to actually showcase that form of passion because companies nowadays they could see the writing on the wall and choose to look away.
Right,
And this has happened many times over
right.
where
This has happened many times. Yes,
whatever studio it is may come up to you and present something for you or for the for them, not for us, but for them that will eventually come towards us, and they will look at it and say, "Oh, this looks like a nice idea," and then
right.
just walk away from the project itself. Like Microsoft, I gotta throw you under the bus for this one. Uh, Case in point, as an example, Heavy Rain. When the studio came, they wanted to work with Microsoft. From my understanding, for that, they wanted to work with Microsoft for that back in
Oh,
the
you're talking about
seventh
the
gen.
dev team behind Heavy Rain.
Yes. Yes,
Right. Oh yeah, I
they
remember.
wanted
I
to work
forgot
with
about the
them,
story. Yeah, that's right.
and what ended up
They did go to
happening
Microsoft
is
first. Yep.
they 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 pretty much turned a blind eye to them. They went over the Sony. Sony saw it, had faith in their vision, and then it came out to be an amazing title. This is one of those things
One they
where
buy.
things
It's
like
not
this
the
does
one of the best
occasionally does
title on their
happens.
on the if
Yeah,
that and on that generation of console too. It became one of the best swings that it laid the blueprint of their that style of game too moving forward. Cause look
yeah,
at how much games came out after that that's just like that one, and they all really good.
absolutely.
So yeah, no,
This is
that's
why I would go back and say something along those lines on how I feel on that
this is
one.
true.
Is just that
I
that's a
forgot
perfect
about that. Yeah, that's
representation
right.
of
I
what I've been
forgot that it
saying.
went to up to Microsoft first about that.
Hmm.
Heavy was an amazing game too. If you haven't played Heavy Rain before, folks, yeah, I should go check that out. If you like story driven, like really story driven games, this game really like this game is a banger. It's a banger. Definitely a banger. If you like Detroit and stuff, you ever played that, you're gonna like this. This is its predecessor basically. Heavy is its predecessor. Cause without that, there won't be no Detroit or anything like that. On that style. Cause there's a couple of them that's after that. I think one of them I remember it's called Beyond. Was it was Beyond? I think there's another one.
You're talking about Beyond Two Souls,
Beyond Two Souls. Yep.
which I should know because I have it for both the PS3 and the PS4. See, just in case people be like, "Yo, you don't support games." No, I support games. I support it twice a lot of times, or even more than
That was the
twice.
quickest match I ever seen. Wow. I'm sorry. I just had the most quickest match I ever seen. They were beasting. Anyway, no, yeah. If y'all haven't tried Every Wing before, you should go check that out and play that for yourselves. Cause I played that back in the PS3 days. Yeah, it was amazing. Watched it, played it myself. Watched
I bought
some.
the collector's
Played,
version of that game too.
oh, I forgot what it came with it at the time.
Uh, it's been a minute. Like I
Yeah,
remember buying it as it is, and
yeah, I
have
don't have
William
nothing on
Dafoe
the board. They
up
just
there
clean
from William
sweep us
Dafoe to
wild.
Ellen Page, aka Kitty Price. Just in case those who don't know who she is, him now because yeah, it's now Elliot Page, but still.
Oh, oh yeah, they was in the game. Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Yep. Got about yeah.
Funny how
Elliot
that
Page
the
now.
name just easy to
It's
remember that. Like,
Elliot
but
Page now. Yeah, that's right. That's that. Yep. But that game right there, very good game. Yeah, but like yeah, a lot of these AAA, these big publishers, they don't. Some of them do. Like some of them really do see the vision and that the games come out really freaking good. When they actually take the chance. But they give some of these small developers a chance. No, matter of
no, it's
fact,
true. I
it's
mean,
funny that it's crazy that you did mention that happened before. Cause like, look, now Xbox turned around and started doing that. Because remember, they had a wave with they were just getting the indie devs team, and most of the games was doing thriving, doing well because of that. You know,
absolutely.
which is funny how that actually happened years ago, and now they just embraced it. It was like, you know what? Let's take a chance on them and see what turns out. And look, most of the games is in that caliber of in some form of its category of being the best game out there. You know what I'm saying? If not, all close
No,
to
it's
even
true.
winning the game of the year. You know, which is kind of funny. I had that happen years ago to them, and look, it's you know maybe you learn lessons. Definitely a lesson that they've learned. I will say that with Microsoft, like I totally forgot that exactly what happened to Heavy Rain.
That's the reason I bring them up
I totally
in the
forgot about that
conversation of
story.
things
Yeah.
because of that very reason. Because I always look at that. I look at that as I guess you could say dating. I guess in a way, not even dating. Like let's say if interested in somebody. I look at it like that. Just because you hear a thousand no's, don't expect not one yes to ever happen.
Right.
I look at it like that.
Hey, you never know. You never know. Sometimes you gotta take the chance. No. Sometimes you just take the chance. That's just go with everything. You never know what can happen. Possibilities is. Now I think a lot of some of these coming out, not some of them. At least they have seen some publishers take a chance on some of these indie devs, and they're being really good. You know, it's funny. A lot of the what kind of power I've been seeing making its rounds of grabbing indie dev teams though. Um, what's it, 505 games? I think they've been really taking a chance on them. Some of the indie dev teams. I've been seeing them making their waves and trying to, picking them up. You know, I've been seeing them really. And even well, I would say Square Enix, but I don't know they're a whole different thing. Mainly it's I see them a lot though. 505, I see them quite a bit when it comes
Oh,
to
it's
like
true.
some. I see them really often like a lot, and I'm just like, interesting. You know, definitely see them taking a chance on these indie devs. But like,
No, I feel like they definitely should, because you never know. You be missing out on a great idea
yeah,
as
it's
it
just, and
is.
not only that, like they can be creative if they want to. They have that longevity. That's people again. I think I mentioned this last show. Like, video game is an art form. People keep forgetting that. You know, it's a form of art, and if the artists can't be creative, then there won't be no art. You know what I'm saying? Like there won't be any at all. The artist itself can't even do what their no their job is to be the artist, to create that art form. So and I feel like a lot of these publishers do tank that so bad, or not even that. They don't even take the chance, like you were saying with some of these indie devs. Like they don't even take the chance, but they put their big budget and stuff in something else, and it turns out it won't, either one don't sell that much, or they put all this money something that could easily be, if they would take that slight little thing. Now, for a business standpoint, I'm trying to see on outside
Probably trying to be
of,
nice. That's what it is.
well, yeah, but at the same time, I'm looking at it from like as a business standpoint, like I guess they don't want to take that gamble too much, I guess, because you never know what type of thing they would create. But again, I need to more, if they don't even try to do it, try to let them let them be creative, then it's no point. You know what I'm saying? It's no even point at all. So I don't know, but we can clearly see it right in front of our eyes. Like, any games is damn near dominating the gaming space. It pretty much they're just straight dominating right now. A lot of day, and this year of just the game war in general, which just basically proved my point. Like they're everywhere. I barely seen what's how many AAA title was in that Game Awards,
Why? Not that there was a lot, but not as much as.
but not as much as the whole game of the year was. Damn near most of them was indie games. Like they're there, but barely, just like barely. Like it's been dominating lately, like a lot the past few years. And that's okay. I think we just ran into the sweats. Okay, they're kind of, they're like on beast mode a little bit. These guys are going kind of beast mode a little bit. Ooh, shot him.
Say again.
I'm on here playing Halo. I think we ran into the sweats because one match we just got clean sweeped, and then now these users just going ham right now.
I hear
Yeah,
that.
we were playing catch up fight. That was the most quickest match on Halo I ever seen. We didn't even get a chance. They just flat out just destroyed us. These guys are just gonna be small. I'm sorry for them change something. I'm distracted with the
No,
gameplay
no,
because
you're
like,
good.
bro,
Listen, I'm playing my
chicken
Rouse.
Halo
So
here.
I'm just like,
I think we met the sweats again now. It's crazy. We're not playing ranked. This is public. We getting kind of clean sweep now. All right. But now they're playing a little sweaty. I don't know. These boys. I mean, I've been around. Golly, like yeah, we're getting pups. They're getting stomped out right now. Wow. I'm not even taking this game too seriously. I'm just playing it. It's Halo at the end of the day. Still see a Halo come to PlayStation. That thing's still crazy to me. They still wild. Never thought that's gonna be interesting. PlayStation can come to the Halo. Then well, Halo coming to PlayStation. They didn't think I'll say those two words.
I mean, a lot of people didn't see Halo out of 24 years ever making its way over or bridging over to another platform other than just Xbox itself.
Yeah. Crazy, but it's the reality right now. Its flagship franchise going to PlayStation. Even though I think they're gonna treat that as a time thing too, moving forward for the franchise though, because I actually see um in fact I was playing Forza earlier. Matter of fact, the new Forza, right? It's actually timed for it to be exclusive to the console, to PC and Xbox, and then it's gonna make its way to the PlayStation end. I'm guessing down the line the future is gonna be like that moving forward. That so still mind blowing. I see it as a good thing, but still just
Well,
mind
it's
blowing
definitely
that
mind-boggling at this point in time as it is
it's still
because
I look at
I
it like
mean,
this is a good thing that people have access to play, but I would have never thought when I was younger that to see their flagship game come to another platform outside of them.
I
You know
mean, a
what I'm
lot of
saying?
people never thought that that would ever be even a thing or even entertained is the word I'm going to use
Right.
because I would never assume or predict that that was ever going to be a thing.
None of us
Of we're being,
have claimed.
fully transparent, fully honest with ourselves here. Let's just call it for what it is. This is not something anyone thought of. Like, hey, this is definitely gonna happen. If you talk to the people back in 2001, let
Right.
alone 2004 to
Right.
2007 to
If we were to
2011,
go back in time and tell people back
you
then
know,
that this would be happening
was
in
it
the game space now,
2015?
I think they
And
would have
then
looked at
just
us crazy. I think people, if we were able to go back and tell them how the gaming space is now, I feel like they would probably look at us crazy.
no, they're not
Like,
gonna look at us crazy. They're gonna, it won't even be a look. It would be like they would have told you off that this was never gonna happen. The other side would sit there and say this, they see themselves that this would have actually happened, but they would have been joking around sitting there saying that. And now they're gonna be
right.
like, oh my god, really, did this really just happen? Like, yeah, it did.
Yeah,
It really,
yeah. Yeah,
like, but honestly speaking, I mean, what's there to honestly sit there and say other than
this
no
person
one
boomed my whole team. Oh, hell no.
was basically expecting any of this. I know, like I said before, I know I wasn't
I
personally
definitely
speaking,
wasn't either. That was the most shocking thing I ever seen. I've
and
played
it
this
still is.
franchise for so long.
It still
It's
is without
still kind of
question.
there. Yeah, no, it is still kind of there. It's so freaking crazy that that's even happening right now. It's still crazy. Even though on the other side, like I also so good because people have access to play. They have not experienced it before because again the whole weird console war thing. So
I
there's
mean,
that.
there's certain individuals that for
Which
whatever
I don't
reason they
know
feel like a
why.
console war makes more sense to still be there than not at all. And it's just kind of like weird. It's like you must be really bored.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
bad enough
I
when
said
you
I
have
said that before.
corporations trying to pit one side versus the other and thinking it's funny to do so because it gets them more engagement. And I just look at it
I
like
think they.
that's
I don't know if they get the rocks off from that. I don't know. I don't get the idea.
no.
I don't
I
get
mean,
it.
it's just kind of like I
I've
say it's
never
cringe.
understand
It
them.
really is cringe.
It is
Even from then
cringe.
to now, it's cringe. No matter any ways you
Extremely
want to look at it,
cringe.
it's still cringe.
No, it is. It's extremely. I don't like. It just. Like why? You know what I'm saying? Like, but that doesn't make. Like, that comes to show. No, that kind of show me right there. Like you're not. You claim to be a gamer though, but you're locked behind. Like where did you realize that these companies don't care? They do not care. We all numbers to them. Eh, I don't know. That yeah, it's cringy as hell. I don't. I'm surprised people even still in that mantra now. It's 2025, man. Probably 2026.
No,
So we
I
still in that
mean
mindset.
it's not too far off the nose to believe that people is just miserable. Like in turn, not even
The
just
point that
let
they
me
have to
just
be
go
have a
far.
hatred for another console,
Yeah, yeah.
though? A
Even
plastic
my thing to
box.
the my thing to that is this. If you have no intention of buying it, it should never affect you. So why does it matter what another, um company does if you have no interest in buying it to begin with? You have to feed that. That seems kind of foolish, wouldn't you say? If you have no
Right.
interest in buying something or picking it up or whatever you want to put it out there for, then why does it matter to you?
It shouldn't. It's literally
Right, it definitely
it
shouldn't.
shouldn't at all. I think people with common sense would literally say that it shouldn't affect you at all. Like that's not. It's not. People make that their livelihood, which is crazy. I don't know why they would like. Some people make their persona the platform. I've never. Like, that's how far it went. You make your whole persona that platform. So crazy to me.
Well, it's more than in a platform. It's like the same way you just look at
Hello.
people that will look at teams, and I mean teams like let's say a
Hello.
sports team, and they feel like when they get so mad, angry as it is, when a team loses, they feel like they're the ones who lost. They put their whole persona into that team. That's what this is at the end of the day. Mm, wow. Which is type crazy to sit there and think about it, but it's the truth. Well, that went south pretty fast, but yeah, that's how I'm looking at it as. I'm looking at it more so than the lines of just that and that alone. The way that players just view things at the end of the day. No more than that. It's just they feel like they're part of the team. This is the type of thing that
Yeah, but they made their
they
whole.
look at as like, hey, you know what? My favorite brand
They're making their
is
whole
should
persona
be
though, which is
dominating
crazy.
everything as it is, no matter what it is. Is it weird? Yeah, but that's what it is. It's just a weird way of looking at things, and this is just one of those weird things to actually come across. Really?
They made their whole persona thing. which is crazy.
No, saloons, I think I didn't fill out. But
It's a crazy time. Like
yeah.
people need to give it up with that, man.
Truth be told, that's just what it is.
No, you're right. You're right.
Ain't no
It
way.
should that shouldn't even be the thing. That's the thing, but it is. But yeah, folks. The gaming pace, the gaming industry. I don't know. I don't know where we're at in the gaming industry. Not even sure where we're leading to. Not even sure what this company's gonna do moving forward in the future in these years to come. So I'm not even sure, but this is why it's been a wave of people just going backwards. And I've been on that wave before, so
Let's see what
I have
happens.
just now people is
But
jumping on
yeah,
that,
that's
which
just my take on things on that.
no, yeah, it's crazy because people is just now jumping on that wave. No, it's crazy because I didn't realize I'm muted myself, but people it's crazy because people was just now jumping on the whole like going backwards now. So I guess we got to see what happens in this industry. I guess because people's going backwards. I always doing that myself. So and for good reason anyway. So it's not like this is just happening for no reason. That there's just
Yeah.
people just playing the older stuff with they clean. There is a reason why this is happening. That's even a thing. So I don't know. I guess we see how the future looks. I know either for the good, for the a good future in the gaming space or not. Let's see. If we see it. Guess that I think that'll be it, folks. That's like the gist of like everything. Um, I'm trying to think of something else before we sign off. Uh, Something else you want to announce, stars, before we
Um,
sign off
as of right now, I
and
don't
up
have
until the next
anything
show.
for the time being. As of right now, that is.
I think that's just a gist of it.
But I will. But believe, I promise. But before that, I wouldn't be surprised by the end of the stream.
You probably you probably pop
Oh
something
yeah.
probably pop up like last
Oh, of
time.
course.
Like
Oh
last
yeah.
time. That would probably pop up in your
I could
brain.
definitely see that being a thing.
That happened to me. Like, remember the street like a couple of shows before that. I was like, oh damn. Remember that happened before. That's hilarious. Hold on.
It be like that. I hear you.
All right, folks. All right, folks. I guess that'll be it from the team here. Me and Mr. Stratos. We got Infinite Drivers. Um, let's see what thing I want to say before we do. Oh, yeah. So this is our final stream for 2025. Final show, not just stream. Final show. Sorry, final show of 2025. Um, I will. We'll be returning in 2026 with our first show, which will be if y'all
Which would
don't
be
mark your
January
calendars,
4th.
y'all can.
January 4th.
It's January 4th. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you're on the
I only
mark
know
that
that
calendar.
because everybody else I know going back to school January 5th, which is a Monday.
Which is
That's
Monday.
the only reason I know.
Nothing, not everything is nonstop over here. So there you go. Everything is nonstop. Still gonna work. No break over here, barely. That's how what's up, man. But anyway, it's DSA. But anyway, yeah. So be January 4th. We will be returning uh again with brand new show 2026 for that first time. Should I tell them about our plan for next show?
We could just keep it a secret, and the best thing, matter of fact, semi-secret. I could say that we could just, if anything, what I can and will say is this: be when the next time we come back, which is the brand new year, just know there's gonna be some new changes towards the show itself. Unexpected changes.
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna be changing. Like I said, we about to have a new home included for the show. I always say a new home, so you can have multiple places to see it, and also within it, yeah, there's something else we're planning on doing. Gonna be a thing forward. That me and my colleague here are planning to do with the show here. So we're gonna let y'all know. Keep on. Okay, yeah, y'all be wary of. Well, yeah. If you want news, I'll try to keep you posted on my social media, and it's gonna be some new things down the line. I'm gonna be working sooner or later. We're gonna have our own. We're gonna have our own social media. That's one thing that's gonna be happening. Working on that. Um, own account, everything. So we that just be on the lookout. So we see me debut that next year. That's gonna probably be a thing that's gonna be happening next year. That's be by one, but yeah, there's gonna be small changes here and there. So just we're still working out the kinks, certain things. So still working the kinks. So yeah, just bear with. But for those that's been with us and stay with us and continue to watch our show from the time we're doing it, we really appreciate y'all. Um, to even have an interest in on the show. Like I said, the day will not change. That one thing that it's not going to change is the day. Will always will be on. Um, that's one thing that's not going to change. But everything inside the show itself, yeah, you're gonna probably see some changes or something we might implement that might be different. So just yeah, in there for a ride with us. Yeah, a part of the ride too. So yeah, it's like that's the main thing is, but 2026 right there. Got some more in store for y'all moving forward, and hope y'all enjoy the amount of things we're gonna bring to the table a little bit. You know, we're gonna do our best to bring everything to a point where I can enjoy it. So um, I think that's it. Um, yeah. You got anything else, Star? I think that's it.
That's it for the time being.
But we thank y'all, each and every one of y'all, for even coming through while we live, for we recording this live. Um, appreciate one of y'all. But for those that didn't catch us live, like I always say every show, I'm repeat this every time. If you miss us live or while we are recording this live, that is okay. This you will have access to watch the show at any time. You can easily go check out my YouTube channel. It most likely will be there. It also will be on my Twitch channel as well. Like I said before prior, um, down the line we will probably have our own Twitch, like the actual Twitch show dedicated to this. So just be aware. So just be on the lookout this upcoming year because that will be happening. I'm gonna work on it and put a put us where we have we have our own channel for dedicated for this. So, but for now, you can go check out my Twitch channel. That's where we'll be at for right now. Also my YouTube. For Twitch, you have a little bit. You have it'll be there for some time a little bit, but on YouTube it'll be there for as long as wait for forever, basically, unless I delete it. But anyway, I won't probably won't delete that in no time soon. But they will be there, so you can always watch at any point. If you have missed it, if you didn't catch us live, like recording it live, always check out there. And if you want more updates on any one of us, you could go follow me on my social media platform. I'm practically on everything. Um, every platform at this point, social media platform, Instagram, Twitter. Still calling that. Twitter, TikTok, same
Definitely still
name.
Twitter.
Definitely still Twitter. Same name. Same name. You just put that all capital. Put that on all the social media platforms. You'll find me there. And I will try my best to update y'all with everything that's going on with us, and just if you want to just get with me in general, because I do stream on my platforms individually, you can also do that. So, and if you want to catch stars here, I think it's just what, Instagram. I think for you, I think it's Instagram. That's it. Instagram, Twitter.
I definitely Twitter is a whole
Oof, that's probably a whole
yeah.
different beast, isn't it? Um, I
Nah,
just say for
we
Instagram
stay
for
on
now. Yeah, Twitter's
Twitter,
Twitter's
Twitter,
a
Twitter, Twitter,
Twitter's a rabbit
Twitter.
hole.
We don't. Yeah,
Twitter's a rabbit hole.
Twitter is for degenerates.
Degenerates. I don't want to be on Twitter that often, unless it's like a news outlet that pops up. That's really it.
Listen, if it's a news outlet, yeah, sure, no problem.
That's the
But
only time I actually show up on Twitter. Other than that, like I get off.
I
So
love my sanity. So there you
no,
go.
yeah. I'm with you on that one. Twitter's crazy. Twitter they be on some crack. But anyway, they be on some stuff, man. But anyway, I guess they just find, yeah. If you want to follow, you can find them on Instagram. It's for us underscore edge. Is it the same as your Twitch? I think it is actually. Um, you can follow him. He doesn't be active, but you could still support him and go follow him if you want to. Um, and of course on Twitch at for us underscore edge 30. Um, say yeah, be lookout because this year we got some stuff planned this year for the show. And new home, new a new additional home, I should say. New changes, all that. Um, yeah, I think that's it. Anything else I missed?
Other than since we closing out, um, yeah, if you have any New Year's resolutions, if you even do that kind of thing, just be safe. Uh, and wherever your New Year's revolution is, hopefully you get to your goal.
Yeah,
And at the
yeah,
same time, happy holidays, and we see you next week on
well,
January 4th
we see you
to a brand
officially
new
next
year
year.
itself.
We see you officially next year. Um, yeah, brand new year. Yeah, y'all stay safe. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. Uh, we
A
definitely will
happy,
be seeing
happy
y'all.
joy.
Definitely see y'all officially next year. And yeah, here to next year. So thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all so much for coming through. With us. You gotta have either way, if live or not, we
And
appreciate you regardless.
also, before I forget, depending on what time you see this, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. We happy to see you that you made it through onto our beautiful show, and we hope to see you again in the next Infinite Drivers. Also, drink your water, be
Oh,
kind to your loved ones. S-
drink the water. Yep.
Stay,
Stay
you
hydrated.
already know how
Yep.
that's gonna go.
Yep. You say this every show. Please drink your water. Stay hydrated. Stay healthy. Please, because Health is really important. Um, both ways, healthy physically and mentally. We still healthy. Still does mean we want to be around and stuff like that. So that's very important to us. So yeah, stay safe out here in these holidays, and yeah, hug your loved one for real, for real. Hug your loved ones because you never know. Nothing's promised. So, but we do
Treat
appreciate
every day
everyone.
like it's your last.
Could say anything better myself. Definitely treat every day better at your life. You never know. This year they showed us a lot of things this year. This year it shows a lot, but we'll see how this year turned out. Hopefully, it's definitely not. Hopefully, it's gonna be better than this year. So next year should be better. And yeah, just stay safe. That's it. But we got coming through. We'll catch y'all latest. Yeah, have a good morning or night. And yeah, you'll catch y'all latest, folks. The next time from us, Infinite Drivers. We feel y'all in next episode. And take care, guys. Like always, peace.
Peace.